Dozen. Mission.
Two gay men took off their clothes, climbed a tree, and engaged in lewd sex acts for 4 hours in the tree before hundreds of onlookers.
We are controlling transmission.
Vulva is what girls have down below.
Your breasts grow firm and blossom under their canopy of fragrant silken skin. Feel your breasts swell. Feel them grow firm as they blossom to their natural limit. Feel the sensation.
You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to
KK's Lunatic Fringe.
All systems go. Prepare for countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off to adventure in the amazing year 400 million.
Have 3 hours, 9 minutes.
Thank you for calling Miller Spa. How can I help you?
Hey. What time do you guys close tonight?
We don't close.
You're open 24 hours?
Yes, we are.
My friend Maurice told me about this place, and I'm a little nervous to come down. Can you give me, like, a rundown? Like, what caliber of person would I find there? Would they be, like, all, like, fat elderly men, or bears, or young attractive? What kind of person would I find
I
there?
honestly can't tell you because of the fact that it varies. It varies. Right now we have a little bit of everything.
Right now, you have a couple cute guys?
We have a little bit of everything.
I bet you it's like a bunch of old, like, nasty guys. It's okay, you can tell me. I'm going to come down either way, probably, just because I'm curious.
No, well, I'm telling you, it varies. We have young guys, older guys.
And what goes on in there? Is it just, like, guys sitting around, or is there any kind of, like, touching or rubbing allowed or anything? Or, like, maybe, like, a private stall where we could go and be alone?
There's private rooms that you can rent and watch movies, and there's sauna, there's jacuzzi, sauna.
Really?
Yeah, there's showers.
How much is it to rent a private room?
It's $29 for first time. Usually they're $26, but $29 for first time, or $20 for a locker.
And how long do we get?
8 hours.
8 hours.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So I could meet somebody and go in the room, and then go back and meet somebody else and go in the room.
I guess you could.
And you have movies? Do I have to pay for the movies, or do I bring my own, or?
No, there's TVs and they're playing movies that everyone's watching the movies.
Oh, so everybody sees the same movie? Like I can't change the channel or fast forward to the money?
There's 3 different channels.
But you can't, like, fast forward to the money shots or anything like that?
No.
So what movie is playing right now?
There's a whole bunch of different ones. I honestly can't say.
I'm so nervous about coming down. Do you have, like, lockers where I would put my valuables in? Like,
yeah, if you get a locker by itself, it's $20, and that's just a locker.
Holy crap! $20 just for a locker?
Yeah. Or you can pay $29 for a room, which has a locker inside of it and a TV and a door you can close.
Oh. Now, am I allowed to have, like, more than one person in there?
That's up to you.
Oh. Okay. Well, if I come down there, maybe you come into the room with us?
No.
No? What, are you straight or something?
No. What's up?
What, are you straight or something?
No, it's just work. I'm working.
Oh, so you can't have, like, somebody watching the desk, like, because I'm really cute, but I'm not out of the closet yet, so I don't have a boyfriend, and I haven't gotten laid in, like, well, the last time I was with a woman, it was, like, 6 months ago, and it was just awful. It was just awful. Those were bad, awful times. Well, I'll be down in a little while, and I guess I ought to pick up some lube and condoms on the way?
We sell that we provide condoms and we sell.
Oh, you do that?
Yeah.
Flavored?
No.
Just like, you know, your regulars?
Yeah, just regular ones.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna come on down and maybe
here.
Well, now would it be like if I just walk in there and, like, say I want to do a train, can I just, like, line people up?
I don't know. That's definitely up to you and up to them.
Okay, well, I'll be down there.
Okay.
And we'll do the train.
All right.
Woo woo.
That is so disgusting. I think maybe I just grossed myself out.
Hello?
Yo, Wendell, what up? What up, man?
What up?
You said what up back? That's cool. Hey, man.
Huh?
I said what up? What's going on?
It was good.
It's good?
Yeah, it was good, man.
Yeah, man. I was gonna go, you know, get some girls.
What?
You wanna roll with me?
Where you at now, man?
Man, I'm just like 5 minutes from your crib.
Huh?
I said I'm 5 minutes from your crib. Is that your woman talking in the background?
What?
I hear someone talking in the background. Is that your old lady?
Nah, that's my niggas.
That's your niggas.
Yeah, my niggas.
You ain't one of them people who isn't really black, just trying to act black, is you?
Nah.
No, you one of the real deal weed smokers?
Nah, nigga.
Yo, where your old lady at?
My old lady, what they gotta do?
I gotta ask you something.
What?
I gotta ask you something, man.
Go ahead.
Is your old lady still doing that hoeing?
What?
I said, is your old lady a hoe?
Nah, nigga.
Yo, man, you gonna be ready to come out now?
Huh?
I said, you wanna come out, ride with me, get some 40s, some blunts, some 40s.
That nigga don't smoke.
St. Ides.
Nah, I'm good, son.
You ever wrote to that song, It Was a Good Day by Ice Cube?
What?
You deaf as a motherfucker.
Nah, nigga, fucking bad reception.
Bad reception?
Yeah, nigga.
Maybe you stop buying that cheap-ass phone, maybe you'll be able to hear me.
What do you mean cheap-ass phone, nigga? The phone's a phone.
Ain't no phone, no phone. Why you think they're different prices in the store? With your $8.99 Walgreens phone.
Ain't no Walgreens phone. What kind of phone you got?
Man, I got me a broke-ass phone, motherfucker.
A broke-ass phone? What the fuck you doing on my phone when you got a broke-ass phone, nigga?
I know what you did. You was in the line at Walgreens buying yourself some cream for your infected penis. And then you saw...
Shut the fuck up. Fucking at your ass, nigga.
Yo, stop being a bitch.
Nigga, you stop being a bitch. Talking mad shit.
So where you live?
Nigga, if you know me, then what the fuck? You know where I live.
You know, I saw your old lady the other day.
Where?
Your old lady was at the club.
Yeah, okay.
She was looking for people. She was saying, yo, man, you want to share this skirt?
You know, because I know my old lady don't get down like that, so you just talking out your ass no more.
She was talking about your cheap-ass phone, too. I don't want to be with nobody with no cheap-ass phone. Next thing you know, he's going to have a cardboard toilet. Fall through the motherfucker.
You got a broke-ass phone, but you talking about my shit, right?
That's right.
Yeah, okay, nigga.
All right, man. You have a good night and stop being a bitch.
This is a fake-ass prank call. You gotta learn how to, make shit more funny. Cause, this shit was whack. It's just a regular fucking conversation, nigga.
Nigga?
That's it. That's all you got to say, son? That's all you got to say?
Yo, man, why? I don't got nothing else to say to you.
Yo, what? Who the fuck is this, though?
It's your homeboy, man. What you talking about?
If you're my homeboy, what's your name?
My name is Bubba.
Bubba,
I done told you to get off that phone.
Man, this dude stole my hubcap.
You go do your homework, Bubba.
All right, man, I'm gonna do my homework, but stop being a player hater.
I really hate him now. Like, I want him to die.
I'm gonna so tell him why he's no good. And KDK fucking copied off of me. KDK is the biggest stupid gay fuck in the entire universe. KDK is the biggest loser I've ever seen in my life. KDK is manic and he doesn't know how to control it. KDK is the ideal of masculinity. A man who attracts femininity, strength, prowess in a masculine way.
And now for something completely different.
Hello everyone, and we're here, finally, starting about 2 hours late, but that's because I had my unwitting ass dragged to some stupid retarded party that I didn't want to go to, that Keith didn't want to go to, that nobody wanted to be at, but we still had to go, and I wasted 2.5 hours of my life for fucking nothing, to sit there and watch lonely middle-aged people sing fucking karaoke. Waste of my life and a waste of my time. And I'm sorry that I wasn't here on time, but it wasn't my fault. Everybody blamed Keith. It totally wasn't my fault. I wanted to be here. And now I'm all pissed off because I come home after suffering through this fucking retard karaoke for 2.5 hours for some skanky-ass 350-pound fat bitch that nobody even likes anyway. And I find out that somebody has stolen, that GCN Marcus has stolen my password over in the chat room, so I had to get in there and change it so I could recover my fucking password. And I'm sick of ungrateful douchebags who tune in and hang on the edge of their seats every fucking week to every word I have to say, every word that comes out of my mouth, and still fucking act like they want to hate me. I'm sick of ungrateful pricks. Fuckwads. So now I'm all pissed off, and I don't feel like doing a show. And I'm late anyway. But what the hell. If you're listening, why not join us in the chat room? Go to kdkprankcalls.com and click on the link for the chat room. If you're an IRC user, go to irc.centralchat.net. And you can double-click on my name and send me your ideas for prank calls if you have a confirmed working number. Because I'm pissed off tonight and I don't want to deal with fucking non-confirmed numbers. So I guarantee if your number is not confirmed, I'm not going to be calling it. I'll flat out guarantee you that. Other than that, we have some new prank calls from Raw Milk and Ted and myself and Maida that we can listen to tonight throughout the course of the program here. And I'm still settling in, still calming my ass down after being fucking pissed off. So I'm going to play this song that was requested earlier tonight by Ilsonic, and I'll be back right afterwards. Demetrius. That's what I meant to say.
Hello?
What you been up to? Long time no talk, man. What you been up to, man?
Who it is?
This Jim.
Huh?
How you doing, Demetrius?
Huh?
Demetrius, what you doing, man? This is Jim.
This ain't Demetrius, this is his wife.
Oh, hey, honey, how you doing? Where's Demetrius at?
I don't know.
Man, he's supposed to fix my car, but, I was just wondering how my car going with him. He was fixing... Excuse me. He was fixing my car, but, he never got back to me on it. He's fixing, the engine. But, you know, is he sleeping? Is he sleeping? Hello? What's he doing? He in bed?
I don't know what is that. He's in bed.
I'll wake you up?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. What you been up to tonight? What you been up to?
Man, who is this?
Jim.
Who?
Jim. Jim Fisher.
Didn't get it.
What
you say your name?
Jim Fisher.
Jim Fisher. Oh.
Fischer.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll tell him when he's in.
But, he's a good mechanic. And, you know about his mechanic skills?
Oh.
What? You smoking the crack? You been smoking on that crack cocaine, haven't you?
No, I'm in sleep.
Oh, you been smoking, baby. You been smoking, haven't you?
Shit, I don't smoke no crack.
What?
Hell no.
Yeah. I can smell that shit.
No, I do not.
You been doing dirty stuff, haven't you?
No, hell no, I don't.
Yeah, you do. Oh, man. And back in the day, me and Demetrius, man, we used to talk it up like a motherfucker.
Yeah, me don't smoke no more.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, me either. How y'all been doing? How y'all been doing?
We do alright.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Got me some new ducks today. I'm gonna raise them and sell them on my farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Demetrius can bring y'all sometime. You can visit my horses, ride some horses around the farm, and have a good old time.
Alright.
Baby, you get back to bed and need your rest, okay?
Okay.
Alright, you have a good night, dear.
Alright.
See you.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
And we're back. And I'm trying to mellow myself out and calm myself down because I'm so pissed off. Not only pissed off because I found out this morning that I was going to have to miss this program to go to some place that I don't want to go to. I don't want to go to a bar for anybody's birthday party that I don't know. Number one, because I can't drink, because I have to drive a half hour home. And number two, because Keith doesn't even like her. She's some 350-pound fat bitch, and I don't need to go to some stupid party to make her feel good about herself. I don't care about her. I care about me. I'm my own number one. That's all I care about. I don't give a shit how other people feel. If she doesn't have any friends, that's her fucking problem. I don't give a shit. So I go and hang out in a bar and listen to retards sing karaoke, and Keith decides he wants to sing a song for karaoke that he doesn't know the words to. He doesn't know the beat to, so of course he didn't get a single word out. That's right, they started playing the music and he couldn't get a single word out for the song that he was supposed to sing for karaoke tonight. And a boring time was had by all. And I don't appreciate Keith making plans for a Saturday night for both of us when he knows goddamn well after 2 years of doing this every Saturday night, he knows goddamn fucking well what we do every fucking Saturday night. He was probably hoping that I would say no, I didn't want to go, and I would stay home and he would go out to the bar so that he can flirt with all the fat skanky bitches that were there. And there was nobody attractive in the entire goddamn place. Keith and I were the most attractive people in the entire fucking place. Everybody there was a minimum of 75 pounds overweight. Sort of indicative of American society in general, I suppose, but still. It was a waste of my fucking time, and I could have been here doing the show with you guys. Instead, I'm here coming home late and all pissed off because while I was gone, GCN stole my fucking password. And I know goddamn well who it was because I know goddamn well who's the only person who's ever fucking seen it. Don't even bother trying to deny. I hate people. I need to smoke some weed and mellow out. I'm so pissed off right now. I'm like seething. I know I'm acting like all nice and stuff, but I'm so angry I want to break something. Give me a cat, I want to punch it. I want to punch a cat, that'll make me feel better. Or give me a bowl of weed, that'll make me feel better. Mr. Peeper says he would like to see William Hung sing while being attacked by swarms of angry killer bees and wasps. I'd like to see some of the pathetic, disgusting, lonely fat people I saw earlier tonight trying to sing while being stung by bees and wasps. I'd like to point out before we continue that once again there's a program, a live program going on right now on Wild Bunch Radio that is not supposed to be on. It's supposed to be my time slot and it's supposed to be dead air so that I can come in and do a program. But instead there is some jackass over at Wild Bunch Radio doing a show to exactly 0 listeners. Okay, so in case you asshole on Wild Bunch Radio are listening right now, get the fuck off, because there ain't nobody listening. You know, why bother even being on the fucking air when you got nobody fucking listening? Not a single soul in the entire world is listening to you right now. So why don't you just disconnect and go talk to yourself in the closet? And maybe your parents will hear and you'll have a bigger audience. That's right. 0 listeners. 0 out of 300 listeners. Go fuck yourself, people. Please. Pathetic. You know, if you're that bad, just run your own stream off of your own bandwidth. Don't even bother being on a network if you suck that bad. Anyway, with that said, let me go to the chat room and see what people are writing in for me. Pezboy has a bunch of unconfirmed numbers, and the kind of mood I'm in right now, I'm telling you, I'm not going to call any unconfirmed numbers here. So I'm not even going to bother with any of those. Soul says, Soul is telling me how to recover my password. Thank you, Soul. NextServe is telling me that my password recovery didn't work. Thank you, NextServe. Neo has some confirmed working numbers, I would assume, for Steer Spunky, R.A. Sputin, P. Diddy, Sean Puffy, Mungie Thor, Marsha Farg, Fatima Gulatin, something like that, Thomas Cucci, Chachi, Laszlo Faki, Beulah Amada, Christoph Balut, Fagali Lighter cigarette. These are all confirmed working in all nude. And Neo's advising me, take deep breaths and calm down. I think you're scaring some people. I'm scaring people because I'm pissed off. That's okay. It's a side of me you perhaps haven't seen before. Mr. Peepers is writing in with the names for Bertha Booty. The names and confirmed working numbers for Bertha Booty, Simi Booty, Otis Piggy, Dick Queer, Beulah Virgin, Tashika Reeks, Hotchkiss Stain, Kentavia Stain, Mahala Stain, and Dick and Ricky Stain. Lovely. Fusion says, hey, did that guy ever clean up that prank call by Monkey Phone? I think it was where they phoned McDonald's or something. It was like, who are we phoning at the start? And no, nobody is able to clean up that call because it's so completely and utterly beyond repair. Raw Milk says, I'm glad you're here, Dave. We love you. Thank you, Ryan. We always love to hear from you, too. Prince C says, call Moodus here this week. You told me to get you to. And then she types in 4 numbers, which is obviously not a phone number. She says, he told me to get you to 7945. Lovely. You can see what I'm dealing with here tonight. You're all a bunch of idiots. You're all a bunch of retards. Our audience is a complete bunch of retards. Thank you. Then again, that's the only reason why you're listening right now to such a retarded program is mine. Who am I kidding? It's the best goddamn program in all of internet radio. I know it, you know it, the American people know it, as Bob Dole would say. And then on top of everything else, we get home, and I said, okay, Keith lays down on the couch. Before he even, completely walks into the house, he just walks halfway into the house and falls over and immediately falls asleep on the couch. And I said, okay, can you cook something, or do I have to? And he says, can you cook something? And I said, fuck it, why don't you go in the bedroom and go to sleep? If you're not going to do anything, just go in the fucking bedroom and go to sleep. Worthless, completely worthless. And I'm back. And everybody's telling me I shouldn't ought to sing on microphone, and I know it, but it's something that'll help get up my aggression, perhaps. I need to put on, a violent, angry song and just scream it out and make the neighbors call the cops on us. To make me feel better at this point, because I'm starving to death. I haven't eaten all day, and of course, Keith worked 11 to 7 last night, and decided when he got home at 7 in the morning that he didn't want to sleep all day. He went to bed around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, had to wake up around 9 o'clock for this stupid party, and then came home and immediately went back to bed. So I'm starving to death, and I'm here on the air with you, and I'm unable to make myself something to eat. So if I drink any amount of beer at all, I'm going to end up totally shit-faced on an empty stomach. Take deep breaths. I need to put on some relaxing music. I don't have any relaxing music. It's all angry music because I'm an angry, bitter person. This will have to work. This is Catherine Reel's Black Metallic. Interesting thing about Catherine Reel is the lead singer is the brother of the lead singer for Iron Maiden, and their music couldn't be any more different from each other. And we can listen to this softly in the background while I smoke my weed and calm my ass down. I'm sorry, everybody, that I'm all riled up tonight, even though it probably makes for a more interesting program. I'm sorry that I'm all pissed off. We're going to settle down, and I got my phone cards here, and we're going to be calling people tonight. Don't worry. We started late, but we're still going to be calling people. I have 2 working phone cards, and we got plenty of numbers coming in for people that we could call. If you have a confirmed working number that you'd like to share with us, don't forget to go into the chat room at kdkprankcalls.com or irc.centralchat.net. And the room is KDK. And you can send me your ideas for calls here. Well, I'm settling down. I have a couple beers because I'm a little behind. I'm completely sober right now. Normally I'm a little tipsy by the time I start the program because I've already been drinking for at least an hour. And tonight, because I had to go to some stupid fucking dive bar to watch fat, unattractive people try to sing karaoke, I didn't get to drink anything because I had to drive a half hour home. So even though I'm at a bar, I'm a responsible adult, so I'm not going to drink when I have to drive a half hour home. Well, not because I'm a responsible adult, but because I know, unrealistically, the law says that after 2 beers within an hour, you are legally drunk, which is a bunch of bullshit, but I'll play by the rules. Fusion is asking, Iron Maiden is Cradle of Filth, right? Not as far as I know of. As far as I know of, Iron Maiden is still putting out albums with their original lineup that nobody ever buys. As a matter of fact, most of you probably didn't even know that they had a new album out last year. And Camel Toe says slap Keith. Keith is asleep in the bedroom because that's pretty much the only thing he's good for. Sleeping. 13 fucking hours a day. Of course, it completely sucks that I had to go out tonight. And I didn't really have to go out tonight. Keith could have gone alone. But after things have transpired lately, every time anybody hits on Keith, or anytime anybody flirts with him, he never turns them down. He always goes along with it because he's flattered that somebody finds him attractive, because he's an insecure person at heart. And I can understand that completely because I come from pretty much the same place. So I don't want him to go to the bar alone. I didn't realize exactly how fat and unattractive everybody there would be, but, you know, I didn't want to take that chance. So I have to go along because he makes plans on Saturday night, even though I don't want to go, and he's probably hoping that I'm not going to want to go. And it just ruins everybody's good time. It ruins my good time. He didn't have a good time. He was the one who wanted to leave. I was okay with staying and watching the fat people make fools out of themselves trying to sing karaoke. You know, I'm the sort of person, no matter where I am, I can find a good time or humor in anything I see. Even if it's inadvertent. But he's the one who wanted to leave because he was tired. He wanted to come home and go back to sleep. Because instead of going to bed when he got home from work, he decided to stay up all day and play Grand Theft Auto instead of going to sleep and then waking up and playing Grand Theft Auto because he's fucking retarded. Like many of you. I haven't smoked enough weed. I really need to come my ass to home. And we're back. And everybody's blinking again, so let me see what everybody's saying. Neo says, do you got the song Coin-Operated Boy by the Dresden Dolls? I've never even heard of that song or that band, Neo, but if you had told me before the program, perhaps I could have found it online. Like Il Sonic, he sent me that song before the program this afternoon, so I was able to play it tonight. And Mr. Peepers says, more confirmed working numbers coming in for Olivier Herpy and Dick Testy. Princey says, what the fuck? Sorry. She gives the phone number for Mudis here and says, call me if you just want to say something and I'll send you my number. Oh, I love you, Dave. oh, I'll go out with you, but you'd have to come to Canada for a vacation with me. At this point, the way politics are in America right now, I feel like moving to Canada right about now. Ron says, Dave, an army buddy of mine, is out clubbing tonight. How about giving him a raunchy homosexual-oriented call stating that you guys met up in the club and that you're dressed as a woman and that he said he had no problem with it? Well, I don't see that going anywhere unless he really has homosexual desires. Let me know if you feel he really does. What's up? I heard you were pissed, Ballard says. That's very stressful music listening to something happy. Kick out Keith and invite me, he says. Uriel is back. He says, a few days ago, it was my 18th birthday, so happy birthday, Uriel. I finally came on because my brother is usually on the computer for hours. I have bud. I'll send some to you to make you feel better. No, Uriel, I have enough weed of my own. You don't need to send any to me. Save it for yourself and smoke it right now. Ryan says, you shouldn't badmouth Keith because it's clear that you actually love him. Yes, I really do love Keith, but like I've said many times on the air before, I wish he took a greater interest in our relationship and put forth more effort. And I've even recently told him as much, and it seemed to work for a few days. Fusion says, what strain of weed? And that is the stupidest question I've ever heard in my fucking life. I'm not the kind of retard that names my weed. That's something that little 14-year-old kids who never get weed do. They name their weed. My weed is weed. It's grown hydroponically and locally right here in Connecticut. That's all I know. That's all I need to know. I don't need to give it a name. Okay, if I need to give it a name, I'll call it Myrtle, in honor of Joe's middle name. My weed is called Myrtle. And Ballard says, I'll cook dinner every night. That's a definite plus, because the way it is right now, I'm fucking cooking every night. I'm the only one ever doing anything around here, it seems, sometimes. A lot of the time. What do I mean sometimes? And Fusion is saying it's true there really are different strains. I mean, like AK-47 and White Ribbon and stuff. And if you're an old school weed smoker like me, if you've been smoking for 15 years, as I have, or more, then you can tell just by smelling the weed how good it is. You can tell by looking at it, feeling it, and smelling it, how good it is. You don't need to be given a name to compare it to, okay? If you look at it and there's a bunch of seeds inside, obviously it was allowed to be fertilized, so it's not going to be that strong. If you look at it and you don't see any seeds or stems and it's nice and tightly packed and moist, or even if you can see red hairs on it, then you know it's going to be really good. Us real weed smokers, not you little kids, us real weed smokers know how to tell the good stuff from the bad without putting retarded fucking names on it. And we're back. And that was once again the band Catherine Wheel from their great, great album that everybody ought to download, if not buy, entitled Ferment, with the song I Want to Touch You. And that was dedicated to Ballard, who, if I were to break up with Keith, would be my first choice for my my new radio listening boyfriend. But sadly, we're not going to break up. We broke up we almost broke up last week. I woke Keith up because I found, I went through his wallet and I found old phone numbers. And everybody says, it's really skunky to go through somebody's things when they're asleep. But the reason why I went through them is I knew I would find something. And I found something. And I woke him up and I said, I want to break up. I said, I'm done. I'm tired of feeling like that I can't trust you. I'm tired of you sleeping all the time and never doing anything around the house. I'm tired of being depressed because I come home to a house that's a fucking mess because you've been either playing games or sleeping all day. And I asked him to try harder because he said he didn't want to break up. So I said, okay, but can you try harder? And now I'm back like feeling the way I was like 10 days ago, like before I even brought it up. Because he's back to the way he was before. Sleeping all fucking day, doing nothing around the house. Being completely unmotivated, and being largely the cause of my manic depression. Something's gotta give. Interest is telling me, but when I'm out at work working for 9 hours, and I come home, And not only has the house not been cleaned, but it's worse than when I left because Keith has been up all day and has decided he's going to sit up and play sim games all day instead of doing anything around the house. It makes me depressed. I come home after working 9 hours in fucking 120-degree heat, and I have to work for another hour at the house doing dishes and putting shit away and picking up shit and cleaning out the cat box and feeding the cats. It's just a bunch of bullshit that I'm sick of. You know? It was a lot easier when I was single because at least when I wasn't home, there wasn't somebody here creating more work for me when I got home. And Uriel says, oh, you should get to Jen eventually. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. I want you to call me. I want to try and get you happy. Thank you, Princey, for trying to cheer me up, but I think a good prank call will cheer me up. Let me see who I can call. Let me look at the list here. We have confirmed working numbers coming in from Mr. Peepers and Little Eagle Neo. So, let me go grab the phone. Okay, I got the phone. I got my phone card. I'm ready to make some calls. I'm pissed off. I'm ready to piss off some other people. Welcome some other people to my world. I do have some music I was going to play in honor of the election that happened. I'm still depressed about the election. I noticed in the paper, there was in the paper earlier this week, that some crazy guy went to Ground Zero and committed suicide in protest of the bogus election of George Bush. And yes, I really do believe it was bogus. I believe the electronic voting machines were fixed. Many of them have been found to have been fixed. Many of these voting booths arrived at the polling places preset with 2,000 votes for George Bush. And that is a proven fact. There is no denying this. This is something that's been proven and reported all over in every major newspaper. Also, voter registrations that were sent in by Democratic voters were thrown out by Republicans handling the registrations. We all know that the election was stolen from us. Our country was stolen from us. We are now a minority rule. We are now ruled by Jesus Land. Like that picture that many of you have probably seen, the United States of Canada and Jesus Land. We are now Jesus Land. And it upsets me, not because I'm against religion, but because it's counter-evolutionary. We are moving backwards on the evolutionary scale. We're moving back to the Dark Ages. So much of everything that religions are based upon has been proven false. You know, the Earth is not the center of the universe. The Earth is not flat, and everything else that comes along with it. You know, we aren't the only creatures in the universe. There are things that exist on other planets. Whether you want to accept that there is sentient life out there, such as ourselves, or not, there is bona fide, incontrovertible proof that there was microscopic life on Mars, which isn't explained in the Bible. Nobody ever explained God created life anywhere else except here. We're supposed to be the end-all, be-all. We're supposed to be God's favorite creation. We're supposed to be it. We're the end of the line. We know that's not true, given the law of averages and the amount of stars and solar systems out there. We know we're not alone. And people cling to this Bible for fear that when they die, they're over with. These people are so arrogant they can't accept the fact that when they die, they're done. People want to believe that they continue on. They want to believe that they have a soul that goes to heaven and perhaps is reincarnated, or they get to spend heaven, the rest of eternity in heaven with all the other people that they couldn't stand when they were on earth. How many of you want to live in a heaven populated with people like Ned Flanders? People talking about Jesus and God all the time. People who followed all the rules. Who wants to spend a moment of time with them? Heaven, their idea of heaven would be hell to me. These things aren't explained in the Bible. So welcome to the United States of Jesus land. Our country was stolen from us, and we all know it, and we sit back and we don't do anything about it, and there's nothing we really can do about it, because even though it was built into our Constitution to allow us to gather arms and stage a revolution against a corrupt government, they've made that impossible. It is physically impossible for us to overthrow the government. It can't happen. We cannot form a militia, or they will come and kill us, and they overpower us. They have better weapons and more weapons. So, United States, I consider it a failed experiment. It's gone to shit. You cannot have a melting pot. You need to have a blending pot. You cannot have people moving into a country and wanting to remain separate and remote and apart from the rest of the country. You can't have people moving into small pockets and never learning English and only speaking Chinese or Spanish or whatever godforsaken third world tongue they speak. It's supposed to be a melting pot, but it never was, really. Maybe in the old days, people had enough respect for the country that they would come here and learn the language and assimilate. But now everybody wants to come here and just make America a little part of their own godforsaken shithole that they wanted to get out of in the first place. And I have a lot of family in Canada, and I really feel like moving right now. I don't like the way this country has gone. I don't like where it's going. I don't like the backward steps that we've taken. I don't like the censorship on television. A lot of networks. The other night on Veterans Day, ABC played, ABC, which is owned by Disney, by the way, ABC played an uncut version of Saving Private Ryan. It's an R-rated film because there's a lot of footage of people with limbs blown off, which tends to happen during wartime. They don't want you to accept that. They don't want the reality of war to be driven home to you. So a lot of affiliates decided they didn't want to air this program. Uh-oh. KDK's Lunatic Fringe, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
I'm doing fine.
No, that's good. I'm glad you stayed tuned, even though we were 2 hours late tonight.
It was okay.
And I come on all pissed off and attacking everyone.
That scared me.
What happened earlier tonight, and how did these douchebags steal... Well, I know how they stole my name. I know GCN Marcus is the one who stole my name because I accidentally typed it in the chat room, and he was the only one in there one day, so I know he got it.
Well,
and he's the only one who had it, so he had to be the one who stole it, and he can't deny it. So everyone, if you see GCN Marcus, all the ops, if you ever see GCN Marcus in the chat room, ban him. He's gone. Okay. And now I gotta figure out how to change my password so that he can't do it again.
I'm not good with IRC, so yeah.
Yeah. So what happened earlier tonight? He came in posing as me, or maybe he gave other people the password so that they could come in and pose as me?
I don't know. Like, I was talking to my mom on the phone after Ted pranked her. And,
Ted pranked your mom tonight?
Yeah.
On the air?
Uh-huh.
Ted was on the air?
Yes.
When was Ted on the... What?
You didn't know that?
I didn't know Ted was on the air.
Yeah, he was doing a show, and then all of a sudden, you kicked him off.
I kicked... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even realize. I didn't even check. Shit, I'm sorry, Ted.
He was talking to Rebel when you kicked him off.
Oh, shit. Well, hell, I'll get myself off the air if they want to go back on. Ted, let me know if you want to go back on. I'll get myself off the air. I didn't realize they were on. I figured everybody was just, like, waiting up late for KDK because I'm so self-absorbed.
People started ditching in the chat room and everything, so...
People started what?
They started ditching.
Bitching?
Yeah.
About what? The show not being on?
Yeah, they're all asking questions and everything, and this is stupid.
Well, I told everybody exactly what was up.
What?
I told everybody exactly what was up, and I posted it on the bulletin board, so...
I know, I told a few of them to go to the bulletin board since they just stopped their shit, so...
Yeah. Well, fuck them.
But Rebel was the one who banned whoever was using the name.
Well...
And he said that it was someone from Tennessee.
Someone from Tennessee.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah. Well... I guess it doesn't matter. I'll change the password before I leave the chat room. I tried to do it once and it wouldn't let me. So if anybody knows how I change my password, send me a private message and let me know, and I'll change my password so this doesn't happen again. Bastards.
I know that was weird. I'm like, what the? Okay.
So what was the bogus KDK coming in and saying? Was he like attacking everybody or something?
No, he came in and then he stayed for about 5 seconds before Rebel punted him out of the room. So.
Oh yeah.
He didn't really have that much time to say anything.
But he was still online as KDK in like the other central chat rooms or something.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Yeah, because I couldn't get in with that name. Bastard. Bastard. He's in the chat room at fucking 7 o'clock. He's so looking forward to the program that he's hanging out there at 7 o'clock. And still he's got to be a prick. Ungrateful motherfuckers. Oh well, Neil. You feel like making a prank call?
Sure.
Okay. Who do we call? From your list.
The first number I gave you.
Steer Spunky?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call it.
That's a restaurant or something. So.
Oh, so they're probably closed.
Well, I'm not sure.
It's in California?
I don't know. It's just.
Okay, well, maybe they'll be open.
Okay.
I'll give it a try. I was hoping Sean would be around tonight so that he could do a prank telling people about the vampire parasites.
He was on earlier.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we missed him.
Seems like they're not there.
Damn it. So I like it when I call your numbers and you're doing the call and they don't work. And you get to see what it's like. We have R.A. Sputin. Oh, I get Rasputin. P. Diddy.
Okay.
Sean Puffy, Mongi Thor, Marsha Farg, Fatima Gulatin, Tom Cucci, Chachi Chachi, Laszlo Faki. Who do you want to call?
The gluten one.
Fatima Gulatin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to Comcast Digital Phone Service voicemail. Mailbox number, please.
Okay, well that one's not going to work either.
Oh, fuck. That one wasn't working, too.
That one was these are all confirmed?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try Beulah Amada.
Hello?
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 I think you have my lawnmower.
Oh, I think so too.
You think so too? God.
He didn't have your lawnmower. Say hello, honey. Say hello. Oh, that's so cute. Julian is standing up on the chair and, like, reaching for the phone with his paw. That's so cute. Say hello. Say something. Say hello. He's just smelling the phone. He doesn't want to talk. He probably wants attention because he's been ignored all day because Keith has been sleeping all day.
Hit him with a stick.
Which one, the cat or Keith?
Keith.
Yeah.
Get the broom, just hit him.
That's pretty pointless.
You can just do a random one.
He'll wake up at 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning and then stay up until 5 in the afternoon and then go to sleep so that I can't see him tomorrow either. Because he's such a wonderful boyfriend.
That's kind of out there.
Yeah.
Have you considered taking him to the doctors to see if there was something wrong with him?
I know there's something wrong with him. He's fucking lazy. There's nothing a doctor can do for that.
Other than laziness, I mean, like, there might be some kind of mental stuff going on.
No. No more than anybody else. No more than anybody else you would meet in your daily life.
Okay. It's just a random thought.
Yeah. Okay, let's try Bertha Booty.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
You took something.
Hello?
You took something of mine.
Hello?
Hello?
Who is this?
This is Jessica.
Who?
Jessica from down the street.
Down the street?
Yeah, like 4 houses down.
Who are you calling?
I'm calling you.
Well, who am I?
You're Bertha Booty or whatever.
And you Jessica who from down the street?
I'm Jessica Hyman.
I don't even know who you are, honey.
Well,
what do you want?
You took something of mine. You know
what
that
is your problem? Who are you?
I am Jessica Hyman. How many times do I have to tell you?
You don't have to tell me at all. You called here. What the fuck you want?
You took the angel statue outside of my fucking...
What?
You know the angel statue I had?
Who are you? An eagle statue? What are you talking about?
There was an angel statue on my steps.
Okay, good for you. There was an eagle statue on your steps. I got one on my house.
What, are you deaf?
What in the piss do you want, little girl?
You took my angel statue.
Honey, I never took nothing in my life.
Don't lie to me.
I ain't about to take nobody's statue. I don't even have an eagle statue. What are you talking about?
You took it. I saw
Where the
you.
shit is it?
What?
Where is it if I took it?
It's at your place.
It's at my place? I don't have an eagle statue.
Yeah, you do.
Michael, we have an eagle statue, honey? Where is it, honey? If I have it, where is it?
I don't know. Maybe it's up your ass. I don't know.
Maybe it's up your fucking ass, not mine. Don't bother me no more.
She was funny. You crack me up with Jessica Hyman. Hyman. Where the hell did that come from?
I don't know.
Jessica Hyman, that's funny. Bravo, Neo, that was good. That cheered me up a little.
Thank you.
I'm a little less angry than before. Still angry, but a little less than before. But that's the important part.
I didn't know that it was going to turn out that good.
Yeah, we never know how it's going to turn out till it actually happens. Anyway, I'm going to let you go, Neo.
Alright.
And I'll talk to you next week.
Okay.
Okay, peace out. It's always good to hear from Neo, Little Evil Neo from the chat room. It's always good to hear from her. If anybody feels like calling into the program, feel free and go ahead and try and calm my ass down a little more. Anyway, in the meantime, this seems appropriate. It's a song from Ned's Atomic Dustbin, and it's called Throwing Things, which is what I feel like doing right about now. I feel like flinging cats at the wall or something.
I'm not saying this for secret. I think so much that then I'll have to quit.
KDK's Lunatic Fringe, you're on the air.
Hi, how are you?
Hey. I'm a little pissed off, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
I'm calming down slowly, though. How are you doing tonight?
I'm fine, how are you? Well, I know how you are.
I want you to say fabulous.
Okay. To cheer you up and only.
Okay.
Fabulous!
You didn't get the high point there. You gotta go fabulous!
Fabulous!
That's better. How are you doing?
Doing okay. Better, I guess, than you're doing right now.
No, I'm exaggerating being pissed off. I'm not really that pissed off. I'll vent a little, then I'll feel better tomorrow. You know.
Right.
How it is.
10:42 a.m. Monday.
That's it. That's the answering machine hanging up. And I'm looking for my cigarettes while I'm talking to you.
Sure.
Are you there?
Yep, I was at... I actually am going to try to look up the number now, because I was at, if you call back there, I was at, my ex-boyfriend's family's
You want to prank your ex-boyfriend's family?
No. But, actually, Meg suggested, his twin sister suggested it. She asked if we wanted to...
You're drifting farther away from the phone, and we can't hardly hear you.
Sorry. But she suggested making a prank call, and because she was talking about prank anchors and watching it, and she felt like making a prank call, and of course I was happy about that, and we called us, guy hung up on us, but called a place, escort service called Encounters.
Uh-huh.
But I called, like, I thought it was, for, like a helpline. Like they called before, like a helpline for people that thought they had alien abductions. Stuff like that.
Well, on another note, Rebel says get naked. No, he says get naked. Everybody listen naked.
Rebel says.
What?
Rebel says this?
Rebel says get naked. I'm not naked. Huh?
See, Rebel though, I thought he was supposed to be,
Yeah, he's a Muslim, so it's evil to get naked. You're not allowed to be seen naked, like, before the eyes of the Lord. You always have to be completely covered up and ashamed of your body. So I don't know why he wants to get naked.
well, because he's not so much, maybe, as Muslim as...
Well, do you feel like calling somebody or no?
Yeah, let's call somebody.
Who are we going to call? We got... I'm looking through the list here.
Hello?
Yeah, Cindy.
Huh?
Is Cindy there?
Yeah.
Okay, could I speak to her?
You speaking now?
This is Cindy.
Who is this?
This is Blaine from the computer convention. I met you. I gave you my card.
Huh?
From the computer show in Santa Cruz. I gave you my business card.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you remember me, right? I gave you my business card. We were gonna exchange parts, and because we both you build PCs, right?
I didn't quite understand who you said you were.
Blaine Richards. Blaine Richards. We met at a computer show in Santa Cruz.
Oh no, you didn't meet me there.
Well, I have your business card here, and it's got this number on it. And we exchanged business
cards. What name did you call?
And we were gonna,
What name is it on there?
What name? It's
Yeah, you say you got my business card. What is it? What's
Cindy Booty.
Cindy Booty?
Yeah.
I don't have no business. I've had no business cards, and I can't tell when.
Oh, so you don't fix, you don't do computer repairs and that sort of thing?
No.
No. Well, why would I have your card with your name and number?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Only cards I had was when I was in junkyard. I ain't had a card made since.
You got a junkyard. Well, was it like, did you fix computers there? Did you have like kind of an electronics junkyard?
Huh?
You had like sort of an electronics junkyard, right? Where you had old parts and you put things together and you made robots and you contacted, other life forms, right?
No, I ain't had a car in 8 cents. I did have a junkyard, but just way back in the 70s.
Oh, in the 70s, but still you built robots and you pioneered, you know, you.
No, I ain't got no junkyard. I ain't got no cars. I don't know how you got that car.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to bother you then. I hope you have a nice evening. But you're not running a junkyard now?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I ain't junkyard.
And you don't have anything to do with computers or
repairing? I ain't doing anything now.
Okay. Well, I hope you have a good evening.
Yeah, he's gone already.
Okay.
You know, it's always a bad idea to tell somebody something so specific like that, like you got his business card, because he knows right off the bat, I don't have a business card. It's always best to be vague, you know, about, like, how you got their number. Like, I don't know, like, somebody gave it to you, or, I don't know.
Alright.
Anyway, there was Simmy, by the way. Simmy, you know, like Sims, Simmy?
Oh.
Not Cindy. Because you were wondering why.
I thought you said Cindy.
You were wondering why there was a guy named Cindy.
Yes.
I never heard of a guy named. His name is Simmy.
Okay.
It's short for Simeon. Because he was a black guy.
Okay.
That was a joke. You're supposed to laugh.
I know that was a joke.
Is there anybody even listening to the program right now?
I imagine.
What's 59 and I'm only seeing half of the DEF CON people. I have no idea how many people are listening to DEF CON. We probably have over 100 people listening.
That's good.
By my guess.
Hello?
Hello, I'm looking for Mr. Richard Clear.
I'm sorry, you must have the wrong number.
Is this Mrs. Clear?
No, I'm sorry, you have the wrong number.
This is... You bitch? Damn it.
Here, I've got the number here for it.
You want to dial somebody?
For encounters.
Encounters?
Yeah. Do you want me to type it in the chat, or do you want to just...
Yeah, give it to me in the chat if you can't dial.
Okay.
Princey says we ought to move there to Canada. She says, hey, KDK, Entros and I have this ex-teacher that we want you to prank, so he's so high on his horse about his house he lives in, this little shack, but he speaks about it all the time, making it sound like it's so great. So they're jealous he's got a better trailer than they do. Uriel says, I was pissed when Bush won. Well, welcome to the rest of the world, Uriel. But watch, someone will assassinate him. We should only be so lucky.
Really? The people that say assassination, though, that won't do a damn thing.
No, because Cheney would...
In fact, it would fuel the Republican Party.
Yes, it would.
It would be a tragic cause that everyone would rush to, and...
Yep. They would twist, rather than the people getting together and deciding that he needed to be assassinated, they would turn it around to be like terrorists came and killed him. If not, I live in the Bible Belt. I'll remove religion myself. Uriel says he'll remove religion himself. Uriel, go right ahead. I wish someone could remove religion. Imagine how peaceful the world would be without religions. I have all the audio from tonight recorded if you want to hear Ted. Okay, that's Brandon. Thank you, Brandon. I feel bad that I interrupted Ted and took over here. Entro says, what's your number there? I don't keep numbers written down from online friends. Phone number me, man. Entro says, if you want me to call me, send me your number and I'll give you a call.
Okay, that number I just messaged you was, is Encounters.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Your call
forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
I'll leave him a message.
7-1 is not available. To page this person, press 5 now.
Press 5.
If you are satisfied with your message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record, press 3. To continue recording where you left off. Message erase. At the tone, please re-record your message. Then press pound to leave a telephone number with your message.
I called the other night, yesterday, and I told one of your people there that I had an encounter, and I was very upset and concerned about it. He really didn't listen to me too much. He wasn't very supportive, and I think if you guys are trying to have a support line, it would help if the people there were a little more supportive. I'm going to be calling you back, and I'm going to be, I need someone to talk to about this, because this is very strange. Thank you. Have a good night.
Now, the premise was you were calling an escort service called Encounters, and you were calling to report an alien about you.
Right.
But you're going to have to do it, like, while they're open.
Yeah. Which we called last night. It was around... I would have thought, like, an escort service would be open, though, into the wee hours.
They probably are. It's almost 2 in the morning, though, where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, hoes gotta sleep, too. Hoes need their beauty rest.
Booty rest.
Yeah, booty rest. That, too. Oh, well.
Okay. Did you want me to let somebody else call in? I'm not doing so hot tonight.
I think I'm gonna take a break.
Okay.
I'm gonna go take a piss.
Alright.
So I'll talk to you later.
Alright, bye.
Peace out. And everybody, that was Ryan from the chat room. Raw Milk from the chat room. Ryan, Raw Milk from the chat room. What the fuck is wrong with me? I'm retarded too. I'm the king of the retards. I'm gonna play this, and I'll be right back because I need to go take a... I'm doing the pee-pee dance. Apparently people are back to trying to start trouble in the chat room and getting themselves booted and banned, and I'm watching the whole thing go down here. Because I pee very quickly. I only need a good minute to pee. I can run to the bathroom very quickly because I'm not so decrepit. Unless I trip over a cat or something, then it might take me a little longer to recover and whip my dick up. And speaking of which, I'm watching the cats right now. I wish we had a webcam because it looks like Mouse is trying to fuck Sebastian. Mouse is a female, but she's like on his back and like biting his neck. She's just being a passive-aggressive little bitch like she is, but it looks like she's trying to fuck him. And of course he's just sitting there like a pussy because she's a female and he won't beat her up. Raw Milk says, I imagine Keith is depressed as you are. No, I don't think Keith's sleeping is a result of his depression. It's a result of his lack of motivation. Dave, you can stay on, Ted says. I did 2 hours while you were gone. Oh, cool. Cool, that's cool. So, well, I was only 2 hours late, so that means Ted came on at 10 and did the show? That's awesome. I was going to post something on the bulletin board about it. I couldn't get a hold of Ted online. I didn't see him online. I was going to ask if he could fill in for me until, I was going to ask if we could swap slots. Like, he do 10 to 1 and then I do 1 to 3 or whatever. But that's cool. Pez Boy needs voice. Did we devoice the chat room? People, come on now. It's not that big a deal. If somebody wants to come in and be a dickhead, it's not that big a deal. They're just trying to have some fun, and it makes the chat room a little more interesting. You don't have to change all the rules of the chat room, so it's a private room, and people got to be voiced and shit like that. Who do we have up now? There's like all these different people opt that I didn't opt, like up here, Uriel's a friend of ours, but what can he do as an op that anybody else here couldn't? Really, for real, you know. Get off the air because you suck. KDK has left the chat room. I suck, but you know what everybody hates more than anything else in the world? I'm the highest rated program on internet radio. I get more listeners than Damon. I get more listeners than anybody in internet radio. And you know why? Because I'm a naturally interesting person, whether I'm doing prank calls or not. I'm just the type of person that has a naturally interesting personality. I talk about interesting things. I have an interesting way of speaking. I have interesting listeners who call into the program. And that's why we are the #1 rated program on internet radio. And if you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Because it's true. Perhaps our numbers are a little down tonight. Perhaps we have a little less than 100 people listening tonight. But that's because I was 2 hours late. You name me anybody else on internet radio that could be 2 hours late and still have 1/4 of the audience that they would normally have. It ain't going to happen. I'm tired of allowing people to put me down because they think they're better than me, because they're a part of some kind of fucked up network or whatever. I don't need a network to get people to listen. Of course, PCU is a network, but I'm the only show on the network. Me and Ted are the only programs on the network. People aren't listening to us because we tricked them into listening, like we booted the rotation that they were listening to and tricked them into listening. They're tuning in because they want to hear us. As a matter of fact, I would go so far as to say we're one of the only programs in internet radio that when we boot the stream, the numbers go up. Everybody else, they go down because they don't want to hear the live programs because they're usually not up to par. Pardon me. Let me take a hit of my bowl while people attack the chat room. Ballard, Diop, Uriel. It's so funny. But seriously, if Ballard hadn't gotten naked on webcam for me, I wouldn't be letting him be hopped either. Oh, man. Whew. I need a sip of beer just to wash that one down. Oh, boy. I'm killing myself over here. I'm killing myself for your pleasure.
Like all the others.
Oh, raw. Oh. I'm sorry for... Oh. You know when you have a beer and you drink like 3/4 of it and then you hold it in your hand for like 20 minutes and then you go to drink it and the beer is like all warm from the heat of your hand? Yeah, that's basically what just happened here. Ooh, boy, that was nasty. I almost had my first on-air puke. Oof. I've never puked on the air before. Maybe I ought to stop drinking because I'm feeling nauseous. We're going to have our first on-air puke tonight. Nigga Please has joined the chat room. Welcome, Nigga Please. Nigga Please. KDK's Lunatic Friends, you're on the air.
Ballard here.
Hey.
Hey.
I knew it was you because I read it in the chat room. So what's going on with you?
None.
When are you going to come visit us?
Very, very fucking soon.
No, you're not. Just like you were going to masturbate for us last week and you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't. Well, you did during the week, but you didn't, like, while me, Ryan, and Keith were here.
That's because Ryan was shy.
He would have watched. It was a guy. It's different.
Huh.
He didn't want to see the woman showing her boobs, but he sure as hell saw Keith walking around with his dick hanging out.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Nigga, please puke on the air right now. That's pretty funny. But I'm still going to kick ban you.
It's kind of funny how we can't keep him banned.
Huh?
It's kind of funny how we can't keep him banned.
Did you say kinky?
Can't keep him banned.
Oh, can't keep him banned?
No. I'll try and keep him banned permanently from his own computer, but I couldn't run his fucking command.
Wow, look at all the bands in here tonight.
Yeah, it's him.
Damn.
That one dude.
No, it looks like 3 different people on this list here. You got the .RRs, the Cox, and the BB Tech.
It's all Neos.
3 different people.
Neo and Ted.
Oh, well. You know what? It doesn't matter because it helps make the chat room more interesting. When there's people going in and starting trouble, it makes the chat room more interesting. It gives people something to interact with. It gets people talking.
Yeah.
And even though they hate us, and I don't think they really do hate us, they're just trying to stir up some trouble and have some
try
fun.
to be the main topic of the thing.
Yeah, they're trying to have some fun. But they really are helping because they're helping make the chat room more interesting.
Yeah, so thank guys.
Yeah, really, thank you. If it was somebody who really hated me, they would just not even bother listening. But instead, they're hanging on my every word and responding and reacting to what I'm saying, like while I'm saying it.
Yeah.
You just timed out.
Who did?
You did.
Oh, okay.
Ping. Oh, well, so who do we call? Is your mom at work?
Nah, she's home sleeping.
She's asleep?
Yeah.
Princey wants me to call her.
Who?
Princey. I'm not sure what to say to Princey. I was supposed to mail her a Halloween candy, but I threw it all out today. I did, because Keith never brushes his teeth, and he's just eating like saltwater taffy and all this like shit. So I just like threw it all out.
Ooh, I would too.
Yeah. He never brushes his teeth.
I'm seriously coming down though.
You know, but by the time he's like my age, he's not gonna have a tooth left in his head. Well, hang on a second. I'm gonna go. I gotta go grab a pack of cigarettes from the cabinet.
No problem.
What do you mean? What am I smoking?
What are you smoking? What cigarette brand?
These aren't mine. These are Keith's. They're the Marlboro in the blue pack, whatever those are.
Menthol medium or some shit. I don't know. I don't keep.
Yeah, they're in like little short pack. You know, the little stubby cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like the size of a non-filter Camel. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, because they were buy one get one. And he smokes like 2.5 packs a day, so.
Damn, lot.
Huh?
That's a lot of fucking cigarettes not even brushing your teeth.
It's expensive too, yeah. Yeah, so you can understand what his breath is like.
Yeah.
Rotten tooth upon tobacco.
I've been thinking about coming up very soon. I'm trying to find out a date.
It's probably not a good idea.
Huh? It's not a good idea.
No. Probably not.
I mean, because I don't want to come
Keith would probably get pissed off at me.
Isn't it about me?
It's not about you, it's just about... He thinks it's weird that I allow, like, people from the internet to come and visit.
Yeah, well, all this is friendly shit.
I know that.
I mean, if I was going to come, I wouldn't come in November or December. It's too fucking cold.
Yeah, really.
Can't really do nothing.
It's cold as... we got snow over here.
Hmm?
We actually had flurries over here already.
Damn.
In certain parts, there's still snow on the ground around here. It sucks.
We never get none in Virginia until, like, in January.
Yeah. Well, normally that wouldn't happen here either early, but because we've fucked up the global climate so much.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I think we need to take off that gas thing.
Whatever happened to this global warming? I'm still waiting for us to benefit from this global warming. I want Connecticut to be tropical. Everybody else will be frying to death in Connecticut to be tropical. That's when I'll be happy. There'll be a good couple-decade window in there before the planet is completely inhospitable that Connecticut will be comfortable.
I'm thinking about moving to Canada. I can't stay in America right now.
Princey says I'm going to leave you alone now because it seems like I'm bothering you. You're not bothering me, Princey. I always love hearing from you, but...
Let's give her a call.
You want to give her a call?
Yeah,
why? So you can flirt with her?
Nah, so we can flirt with her.
Oh, she has a boyfriend. She has a boyfriend.
Oh, well.
You've seen her pic on the site, right?
Mm-mm.
She's, if you go to the listener gallery, there's a picture of Princey up there, so you can take a look at her. She's 18 years old, from Canada.
Where?
Canada.
What the hell is that?
Canada.
Oh.
Remember? United States of Canada? Where you live in Jesus Land, don't you?
Yes, actually I do.
You live in Jesus Land. You need to migrate to the United States of Canada.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it actually.
You know, it's not such a bad idea.
I know. I've been up there.
I think we ought to sign a deal with Canada and just let them take like all the Democratic states and just let the Republicans fuck themselves over. It would be a hell of a lot different because their system of government really only works if there's people to fuck over. Not that they're opposed to fucking each other over.
So where's your family live at?
I have family in Quebec, Montreal, and Saint Benjamin. There's a small town in Canada called Saint Benjamin. It's a farming community, and they're so poor that they don't have like paved roads. Well, the last time I was there, they didn't have paved roads. They might now, but if you go down this one road, like everybody on the road is my family.
Damn.
Yeah.
Or like over here in Lynchburg, like where I'm from, yeah. It's like a whole damn county full of my kin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm actually separated from the majority of my family. If I were to move to Canada, I'd be closer to the majority of my family.
Yeah. That seems like an idea.
Yeah, it's looking more and more attractive every day. But they're making it more difficult to become a Canadian citizen. I would totally renounce my American citizenship to be a Canadian citizen. Totally. I have no qualms about it. I'm disgusted with this country. I'm disgusted with my fellow human beings at the fact that they could re-elect George Bush, even though in the back of my mind I know that the election was fixed.
Yeah, because actually Canadians are a lot nicer to me when I went up there.
I don't know if you've seen the picture, but there's a picture going around online where it details the states that voted, or how the states voted compared to their IQ. And you'll see that all the states with the highest average IQ voted Democratic, and all the retard states, like at the very bottom, Mississippi, average IQ of 85, which is legitimately functionally retarded. An IQ of 85 is functionally retarded. Not so that you can't, like, carry on your daily life, but you're still you're retarded, but you're functional.
Yeah.
And that's the average citizen of Mississippi voting for George Bush. So he got the retard vote. That's why he won. Anybody with half an ounce of brains in their head voted for Kerry. I'm so disgusted. I'm ready to move out.
Yeah,
if I was still suicidal, I would seriously try to come up with a plan where I could assassinate George Bush. If I was still suicidal, I would try to come up with some sort of plan where I could assassinate George Bush, like drive a car bomb into his motorcade while he's on his way somewhere, or something. I would figure something out. I'm a very resourceful guy. I'm sure I would come up with something.
Yeah, we can come up with something together.
Too bad I'm not suicidal anymore, because the plan would always, you know, whether you shoot him or you blow him up, either way you're going to end up dead. If you lived, you'd be a fucking hero, but...
Yeah, well, I didn't vote because I knew who the hell to vote for, because he was talking about taking away the First Amendment.
By the way, if there are any, like, crazy suicidal people out there, come up with a plan. I'll help you. Come up with a plan. Find out where Bush is going to be and get yourself there and come up with a plan to kill him. You'll be a hero. You'll go down in history as being a national hero.
Yeah.
Because as soon as Cheney gets the news, he's going to have a heart attack. Again.
Yeah, because I didn't know who to vote for, because Bush was talking about bringing back... Nah, that's Kerry, right? Nah. Who the hell can bring back the draft?
Are you a millionaire?
Huh?
Are you a millionaire? Are your parents millionaires?
Hell no.
Then you don't want to vote Republican.
Yeah.
The only people who I could see wanting to vote Republican are the millionaires, trying to get the tax breaks.
Yeah.
Because they're the only ones getting them.
Yeah, Kerry was talking about the hunting laws and stuff. He's trying to take that stuff away.
Who?
Kerry.
Well, fuck that. Why do you need a fucking automatic weapon to go hunting?
True.
You have a rifle. If you were a sporting man, you'd go out there with your fucking bare hands and a knife and fight like a real man. Give the animal a fighting shot.
Yeah. I heard it's taking away the rifles, too.
That's the way it ought to be. If you want to fucking hunt, you go out there with a Bowie knife and you kill it with your bare hands if you're so manly.
What do you think about crossbows?
Huh?
Not really.
It's still unfair. It's still not a fair fight.
What about a bow?
It still is not a fair fight. You go out there, even a knife is not a fair fight, but there's no way you could take down a deer, even a deer with your bare hands.
Hell no,
you'd have to grab it by the antlers and snap its neck. And all these hunters are far too fat and out of shape to be able to do something like that. They go out there. They want to go out there with automatic weapons and reduce it to a pile of flesh because they want to take out their harbored aggression towards their spouse.
That bitch is pretty fast. I couldn't ride.
Hunting ought to be outlawed anyway. There's no need for it. Who the fuck needs to hunt for food anyway?
I don't know. Some of these people over there in West Virginia and shit. Some, like, Colorado and shit. Some rednecks down there probably might.
Yeah. Yeah, right. There ain't nobody eating shit that they kill. Really. There's nobody who needs to eat shit that they kill. Maybe they eat it and they have to force the rest of the family to eat their bullshit that they caught, like infested with ticks and shit. Let's eat this venison that's infested with Lyme disease.
That's gross, man.
Yeah, exactly. If you're a real man, if you're a real hunter, you go out there with a club. With a billy club, like they carry in Britain. Just a little billy club, and you take down an animal. And then, then you drag it home, and then you got something to be proud of, because you took down an animal. You kill an animal with a gun, that's just cowardly.
Yeah, I ain't really into hunting that much anyway.
Have you ever killed anything?
A squirrel, does that count?
Yeah. Squirrels are cute.
They're cute, yeah.
So what'd you do with the killed squirrel? You eat it?
Yeah, I ate it.
No, you didn't.
I ate that bitch.
You didn't eat a fucking squirrel.
That's the only thing I've ever done.
It's like eating a rat. You didn't eat a squirrel.
No.
Did you really?
No, I ain't eat it.
You just left a dead body out in the forest.
Yeah.
There you go. You really accomplished something there, huh?
Yeah, true. I ain't done it in a couple of years, though.
Huh?
I haven't done it in a couple of years, though.
Well, good for you. It was probably your dad forcing you to do it in the first place as a test of manhood. Because it's manly to go and kill something that's completely defenseless.
Yeah. He did. It's all his fault.
Did he really? He forced you to do it? My dad tried that shit with me. I went out with my dad, and luckily we didn't see a deer that day, because I would have sooner have shot my dad than a deer. I would have, like, shot him in the leg, just to, like, make a point.
Alright, I killed some.
Seriously, like, my dad aiming at a deer, I could see myself, like, blowing his foot off, just to, like, make a point, and let the deer go. It's so completely pointless. My dad still does that. My dad's fucking 60 years old, goes out there with fucking double-barrel shotguns, like any animal, like, stands a chance against that. You can just
I couldn't do it.
aim within 10 feet of whatever you're trying to hit, and you're going to hit it.
Yeah. Too damn cold there for me going there early in the morning like that. Ugh.
Yeah, well, he's not worried about eating anything he catches, so he doesn't care if it's covered with pellets. Well, anyway, let's call somebody. Now that everybody's already tuned out.
Do what?
Let's call somebody. Kooky goes cuckoo says, that's a line I got to use at school. You're like me. Don't tell the audience. No offense, but stop smoking. I hate seeing people die. That's what happened to my mom. Yeah, Kevin's mama died of lung cancer too, but you know what? This world is such a horrible place. I'm not sure I want to be here when I'm elderly, because there won't be no fucking social security for me.
Yeah.
I'll be living under a fucking bridge eating dog food. The way the country's going right now. Katie K, you are my favorite bum lover, says, am I bothering you? I know who that is. That's Kinky UK trying to be funny. I told him it was okay. If you actually have family who are Canadian, you wouldn't have any problems. I do have family that's Canadian, but I haven't seen them since I was like 16 years old, because I just don't get up there, and I don't speak French, because they live in all French-speaking provinces, and they can speak English, but they refuse to, because they're embarrassed. So they'd rather I be embarrassed trying to speak French. And then they laugh at me. The bastards.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I could do to make a good prank call.
We got... Mr. Peeper's numbers appear to be working more.
Alright, what about this idea?
I'm going to call Tashika Reeks.
Hold on, let me ask you a question and see if this will work. Ask them if they got a spare bathroom I could use.
No, that won't work. That won't work. Kitty just came to my lap. Say hello, Kitty.
Answer machine.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 40 is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
The Chica. Hey, girl, how you doing, man? I saw you at the club the other night, and I was wondering if you wanted to hang out this Saturday night. Because, I'm just feeling a little horny, and I thought maybe you wanted to come over and say hi to me. And get in them little panties of yours, and, just hang out, you know? And you just want to come over later on Saturday? We can go hang out and just party as usual. Maybe you can call me sometime. My number is 554. Oh, I forgot the area code. 723. Okay. I hope you give me a call. Because I really love that ass of yours. Got a nice little ghetto booty. Alright, girl, I'll holler at you later. Bye.
Ghetto booty. The cat's all sitting on my lap now because they haven't been fed. I came home and, like, right when I walked in the door, I started up the program. And Keith was supposed to feed the cats, but instead he went to bed. So they're looking to be fed. He doesn't want to talk, but he's sitting on my lap. Julian.
You want to do one more?
Sure.
Okay.
Hello.
Is Contavia there?
Excuse me?
Huh?
Excuse me?
Is Contavia there?
Who's calling?
This is John.
This is 2:30 in the morning, and it's too late for anybody to be calling anybody's house.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there any way I could...
Oh, man.
Fuck.
It's a good thing I wasn't doing the call because I was about to say there was a death in the family. I was about to get very evil because I'm in a bad mood. Kitty, I love you. I love you to death. But you can't sit on my lap while I'm trying to do the show. I'm sorry, honey. You gotta go down.
You know I should have said that.
What?
You just won $1 million.
Yeah.
Your favorite radio station?
That's like the oldest gag in the book. That's like, is your refrigerator running? Oh, I'm sorry, Kitty. Now I feel all guilty because he's staring up at me wanting to come back on my lap, and I'm moving so he can't. I'll feed you in a half an hour, okay? He's so cute. It's so cool how animals bond to people. When we got Julian from the pound, maybe a year after we got Sebastian, who was a year after we got Mouse. So Keith had just moved in here, and I felt it would be good for him to help him feel like this was his new home if he got a cat of his own. So we went to the mall and we picked out this cat, or he picked out this cat, and we bought him, and he was $225, and he's not even a purebred. He's just like, they call him an American Shorthair, which is basically like a mutt cat. I mean, he's like, we don't know what the hell he is. He was just something we picked up on the street. And when we first got him, I purposely wouldn't play with him that much because I wanted him to be able to bond with Keith, and he has, and it's so cute. He's totally Keith's cat. He's like only paying attention to me because Keith is asleep, but he sleeps with him he sleeps on him. He usually sleeps on his back or his butt, like while he's sleeping. And he's constantly, whenever Keith is awake and he's home, the cat is constantly looking to him for attention. It's very cute the way animals bond to people like that.
Yeah, I got an Australian Terrier.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. This is a cute... I'll send you a picture of him. Oh, I got a new picture for you, did I tell you?
Oh, yeah?
Of the party?
Yeah, send it to me.
Yeah, I gotta remember to get it scanned.
I'm gonna call Mahala Stain. Damn it.
I'm unavailable at this time. Please leave a brief message after the tone. Thank you.
Contavia, how are you doing, dear? I'm calling because I was given your number by Tishy. Tishy told me to give you a call because I was looking for some pointers. You know, ever since my husband Edgar died, I've found myself having a hard time making ends meet, so I've taken up to turning a trick or two on the side, if you know what I mean. And she said that you might be the one to talk to give me a little pointers about how an elderly woman with throat cancer can make a living doing this. So maybe you give me a call later, and and we can swap our secrets back and forth, and everybody benefits. Anyway, peace out, my homie.
Oh my god. I was trying not to laugh the whole fucking time. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Joe's having a hard time making ends meet.
Oh god.
Well, anyway, you know what? Let's call Princey. She wants us to call her really bad,
Alright.
so I'm going to click over. We're going to call Princey. And I won't... Well, I do have another card, so maybe we can get her to prank somebody with us.
Alright. I got one too.
But I don't have another line. Shit. Well, we're not going to be able to do a prank unless you can dial or she can dial.
Okay.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We'll just call to talk to her.
Okay.
Hey. What's going on?
How you doing, girlfriend?
Um.
I got Blard on the line with us.
Yes, I hear. Yeah, there's no delay on my end.
Oh, really? The delay is really good tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Except that means that not that many people are listening.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Yeah. Well, it's understandable. I started 2 hours late.
Yeah. I was like, oh, you better come back.
Well, it wasn't up to me. If it were up to me, I would have been on at 10 o'clock.
Oh, I know.
I knew it was going to be a bad time before we went. That's why I was, like, pissed off that I had to go, but I went anyway, you know. I knew it was going to be stupid.
Oh, well.
Listen to your instincts.
Well, I knew it was going to be stupid, but the optimist in me is saying, okay, maybe have a beer and maybe you'll have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so... I felt like I was bothering you really bad, so I just tried to stop talking.
No, it's okay. I don't have time to respond to every message I get through in the program, so if I don't say something to you, it doesn't mean, you know, you're bothering me. It just means that I might not have gotten to it.
I understand. It was just like, when you did, it sounded like you were mad.
I'm just mad in general tonight, I think. Not at you, but I think I'm just, like, pissed off in general. It's not about you, it's about the asshole who stole my name. And it's about having to go to a stupid party that we knew was going to suck anyway.
You gotta stop thinking about that.
Well, I have. I'm not in a bad mood anymore, not really.
Yeah.
So, what are you up to, you skank asshole? Well, what are you doing tonight? You're not with Entros tonight? You guys aren't getting busy tonight?
No, I'm not going out with him.
You're not going out with Entros anymore?
No, I'm single.
What happened?
I don't know.
Aw.
Things.
Do you not want to talk about it?
I don't know, just things happened. I don't really know.
So who dumped who?
I dumped him.
Oh.
So you had a reason. Did you find out he was with somebody else, or
no?
Was he a bad lover?
No.
Was he inattentive to your needs as a woman?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I've heard that one before. You know, I can pinpoint that one. You're inattentive to my needs as a woman.
Oh man, I really want to prank Benici, but he would know who I am. And it's really late.
Benici is one of the numbers that you sent me?
Yeah, it's our ex-teacher. She's like really
oh,
old.
yeah, I remember. Entros wants to check in with saying, fuck the French. He says, fuck the French.
Yeah, but this guy, he's like hilarious. He talks about his house. Like, it's the biggest thing on the planet, and it's greatest.
Oh, you know what I forgot to mention? Last week, I can't remember who, but somebody pranked somebody named Alma last week. Maybe it was Alma? Yeah, Alma something. And they kept doing Star 69 after the program, and they called me back like 5 different times. They did Star 69 like at least 5 or 6 different times, and it's like a bunch of different irate black people. They keep calling me saying, who are you and why are you calling? And I'm doing Jill, and I'm like yelling at them for calling me. I'm like, I'm trying to sleep, and you assholes keep waking me up. I'm gonna call the police. So they're telling me they're going to call the police on me, and I'm like, I'm going to call the police on you, you sons of bitches. And I recorded it all. I recorded it using the old answering machine. So I'm going to have to transfer that from microcassette to the computer so that you guys can hear that, because it's very racist. Because Jill apparently has a very racist streak in her. So she was spouting off nigger like it was nobody's business. But I'm going to have to get those working for next week's program. I didn't have time to do it this week, but next week.
Don't forget about mine.
I thought it was funny that these people spent like a good $5 just to do star 69 to keep calling me back and back and back and saying, I know who you are, I know where you're from. Also, you remember when Shannon called in last week? You remember somebody called in saying they were Shannon, and it was you could tell it was like a guy doing like a chick voice?
Yep.
I didn't say it at the time, but I know who that was, and thankfully he hasn't tried to call back tonight. Maybe he figured it out that I figured it out. It's funny that one of his friends went to tell me, one of his friends is telling me, who tried to call you a Shannon, and I said his name, and he was like, how did you know? I was like, I'm not an idiot. Well, I'll go ahead and say the name. It was a Corey, C104 the Core. Not Ballard, the other Corey. He's trying to call here as a woman because it's like the only way I'll put him on here. I only went along with it because I thought the voice was funny, but anyway, why don't we have you call somebody, Princey? Because you have a hot, sexy female voice that guys won't want to hang up on, and women will be wondering why is she calling for my man. So it'll work either way. All right.
Oh,
so we have a number that was confirmed working 5 minutes ago. It's Virginia Goat. Okay, Virginia Goat. I'll be right back. Oh fuck! I can't do it. Damn it. One of you guys are gonna have to dial.
I can't because it's there.
Oh shit! That would have been so fucking funny if we could have Princey call a Virginia Goat. I never realized that before. If you're calling us a female, either you're gonna get a guy who doesn't want to hang up on you because you're a female, or you're gonna get a female who's gonna want to know why you're calling for her guy.
Yeah.
So either way, it's gonna work. Damn it! If I were female, it would be so much easier to do prank calls.
I'll call Mr. Bonici.
Mr. Bonici, no, you're gonna leave the teacher alone because he's gonna know your voice and give you an answer.
No, somebody else do it. One of you guys do it. Oh man, I gotta get him back. He's a math teacher, and he's like the worst math teacher in the world.
Kooky is asking what star 69 is. That's where somebody calls you, and then you dial star 69, and it'll dial whatever that number was that called you. It won't. Well, actually, it will give you the number if you have a digital phone, and you look at the digits when it redials.
Hey, hold on. Is the teacher still a teacher?
Yeah.
He is. Dave could probably call in and say, I need help with, what kind of math does he teach,
Anything. From grade 9 to 12.
I need help with my algebra. At 2:40 in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it'd be so hilarious.
Okay, go ahead and give me the number again.
I can do it.
Oh, you want to dial?
Yeah,
okay, go ahead. You dial, and then I'll start, and then you guys can come in if you want.
All right.
Okay.
I gotta find it.
Am I in this one?
I memorized it. Never mind.
Hey, Dave.
What?
Am I in this one?
If you think of something funny to say, just jump on in.
Alright.
He's probably going to hang up right away. He probably gets pranked a lot. Every teacher probably gets a lot of pranks. Because they sort of got to have a listed number so that the parents can get a hold of them. But then the kids can also get a hold of them and prank them.
Since you can sleep with him for a...
Did old dirty bastard die?
No.
Hello, how are you doing, dear?
Hi?
Hello. I'm calling for my grandson because he needs some help with his algebra. If you hang on a second, I'm going to put him on the line.
No, I can't help you.
Okay, hang on a second. Hey. See, I knew that was going to happen.
Shit.
That wasn't him either. That was his wife.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh, well. It was fun anyway. Anyway, I'm going to let both of you guys go. Because you got 15 minutes left. I'm going to play a couple prank calls and get out of here.
Oh, shit.
What?
Oh, my God.
What?
You're my math teacher? The one I said in the forum?
Yeah.
I can look up her number. You can prank call her. Oh God, it'd be so
Did you
fucking
find her
hilarious.
number?
I'm gonna find her number right now.
It's a female who called you a fag?
Nah, it was a guy teacher, but the math teacher won't help me or nothing. I could probably get her number.
I don't understand what you're saying. It was a teacher or a substitute that called you a fag?
That was a teacher.
And why did he call you a fag?
I don't know.
What were you doing like
Oh, I
beforehand?
know. Cause he was driving a bus and he wrecked into the another teacher's security guard at the school. He wrecked into the Mercedes. I was like, what happened, man? And I was like, I heard you're gay. Man, I went off.
Really?
Yeah.
And you didn't go to your principal about it?
No.
Dude, I'd be all over the principal for
Seriously, you could have that guy's job. You could be a hero for having a teacher fired if you go to your superintendent and you talk to your principal and tell them that you're not going to rest until this guy is fired.
I didn't know.
Have you told your parents about it?
Yeah, I told her about it.
If my kids told me that a teacher called them a fag, I wouldn't rest until they were out of work. And I'm telling you, you could make it happen.
I could do it.
This is the sort of thing that would make headlines if you would sue the school. Let's say the school refuses to fire the guy. You sue the school, and then.
Fuck yeah, dude! I got a lawyer. I won't be a millionaire.
I'm telling you, do it. I know you're unmotivated. You don't want to take it any further, but do it. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to everybody else at that school who doesn't need to be educated by a fool like that.
And the future.
And you owe it to every gay and bisexual person out there to not let harassment like that go on.
Hey Dave,
What?
you gave me an idea. If I get a lot of money, I'm gonna split with you, alright?
Don't split money with me. Just go out there and get that guy fired.
Alright.
You'll be a hero in your school because everybody probably thinks he's a prick already.
Yeah, he's a horticulturalist.
There you go. He probably grows weed.
Yeah.
Get him busted for that. You know what you do? Come on to him, and then get him to fuck you, and then sue him. Get some DNA evidence.
Okay, it's about to buy some weed.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna smoke some weed and wrap up the program.
Stop talking about weed. I'm on it really bad.
Yeah.
Okay, peace out, guys.
Hey, Dave.
What?
I'm gonna try to find this phone number and get to you, alright?
Well, if you find it, give it to me. I'll call him tonight.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Bye. You know, if you don't want to contact your principal and your superintendent, give me the numbers. Give me the proper information and the numbers, and I'll call them as your dad. I'll be completely outraged at the way he treated my son. If your parents want to take this so lightly, you know, imagine what would happen if a teacher called a student a nigger in class. Just imagine if a teacher called somebody a Jew, or a Jew bag, or a kike, or a wop, or any racial epithet in class. Do you think they would get away with it? Hell fucking no, they'd be out of work before the day was over if the student were motivated enough to make it happen. You can't let people get away with bullshit like this. But Corey's probably afraid to pursue it because he doesn't want people to think he's gay. But if you're bisexual, it's easy because all you have to do is make it obvious that you're fucking the chicks that you're fucking and hide the fact that you're fucking guys on the side. And people don't ever think in gray areas. People always think black or white. So if you're with a chick, people think he's straight. They don't think he's bi. You know, people want to think in black and white. People want to think things are cut and dry and sexuality is just as easy to define as black and white. But it's not. We're all gray.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing? I'm looking for Althea.
Hello.
Hello.
Althea, how are you doing, dear?
I'm fine. Who's this?
This is Ed.
Who is this?
Get that ass to hang up the phone. Did he hang up yet? Yeah. Hello?
Hello?
Althea!
Yes?
How are you doing, dear?
I'm fine. Who is this?
This is Ed, and I'm from the Neighborhood Watch, and I'm calling. I'm the Neighborhood Watch here in Lefferts Avenue, and I'm calling to thank you about your generosity this past Halloween in handing out candy and helping everyone to have a safe and happy Halloween. And the reason why I'm calling you so late at night is because I'm very old and I sleep most of the day, and I stay up all night.
And you called me at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, because I had to say thank you because you were so generous and you weren't like that awful Mrs. Cancer who gave out those popcorn balls. And Mrs. Goat, she gave out bags of pennies and the kids were very unhappy. So I wanted to say thank you because you...
Okay, you're welcome.
You were the one who had the full-size Milky Way bars, right? Hello?
All right, thank you.
Full-size Milky Way. Yeah, hello.
Just trying to work in another Halloween prank there. I have a whole like file folder of Halloween pranks that we can drag out on PCU now next year, done by me and Ted and other people who've called into the program these past few weeks. So everybody who's contributed by doing a Halloween prank, thank you, and your pranks will live on every year. They'll be dragged out of the closet on PCU, and we'll be airing the Halloween pranks. Hopefully. Ideally. That's just a cigarette, nothing to worry about. And it looks like wow, fuck. I've been on the air for almost 3 hours now, so I guess it's time to wrap up the program? Is it time to wrap up the program? Or do I feel like I can talk for a little more? Uriel says, it would be mean, but you could say to a black person that you're from the KDK, or KKK, and you want them to move out. Be nice about it and watch them flip. Why aren't you on AIM anymore? Uriel, maybe you don't have my new AIM name. My new AIM name is KDK Pranks. KDK Pranks. It used to be KDK Prank Calls, but we lost that name when I canceled the AOL account. So it's KDK Pranks on AIM. In Oklahoma, teachers get away with it all the time. A principal almost kicked me out of school for coming out of the closet. This is ridiculous. You know what? This is absolutely ridiculous. And this reminds me of a bit that I used to play on the air, and I don't know if I have it anymore. But it was entitled The Pink Posse. And it was about how gay guys get picked on because they allow themselves to be picked on. Because gay men are fucking pussies and don't stand up for what they believe in. And as long as you let somebody walk all over you, you deserve everything that you get. Princey says, bi people are the best. Thank you, Princey. You're right.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
Oh, good. How are you?
I'm really sorry about earlier tonight. I didn't even check my radio toolbox before I just booted the stream, so I guess I kicked you off the air.
That's alright.
I'm really sorry about that. I just figured that nobody knew that I was going to be late. I tried to tell a couple people and told them to get the word out, but you know, I found out at such a late notice that, you know, I didn't know if word got around.
Well, it's all good.
So how are you doing tonight, my friend? You're tired?
Yeah. I was actually having a lot of problems. I kept messing around. I got a new sound card, and so I spent like the first 20 minutes on air fucking around and boring the shit out of people trying to get my card to work.
That's still probably more interesting than anything going on in internet radio. Seriously.
So I fixed it during your show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so now it's all fixed. I got the new Sam Broadcaster. They just released.
Yeah, Sam 3 just came out.
Yeah, I don't know where I can find a serial for that, though.
That one only came out like earlier this week, so you might have to wait like a couple weeks before you can find a serial for it.
Yeah. You know, I would pay for it if it wasn't so expensive.
How much is it?
It's $200.
Holy shit! For internet broadcasting, you'd think people made money off this crap.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if it was $50, I'd buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, because...
It's great software, I swear by it.
But $200? Oh.
Shit, fuck it.
They have a payment plan where you can pay $50 a month.
I'll ask Mark and Jim. I bet they already have it cracked. I bet you'll ask Mark and he'll already have a serial for it. I'll get back to you.
Oh, Karen heard you talking about,
hunting?
No, about, you know, driving your car into George Bush's motorcade.
Oh, really?
She's like, they better be careful. The Secret Service is going to be knocking on his door tomorrow.
Yeah, really, Secret Service, because of the Patriot Act, the Secret Service could just come in here and search my place without warning. God bless this third world nation that used to be called America.
Yeah. So I didn't know that, like, it was proven that the voting booths were...
Oh, yeah, many of the voting booths were sent back because their default was to start out with 2,000 Republican votes. That's a proven fact. You can look that up online.
You know, it's like, that could never be construed as a software error.
No, it couldn't. It was pre-programmed. Totally.
Well, fuck.
But because all the Democrats, like I said about the fags, the Democrats are just letting people roll over them and don't want to raise their voice and disagree. You know, like Kerry fucking conceded even before all the votes were counted. What the fuck is up with that?
He gave up really quick.
Yeah, because he knew he was fighting a losing battle, because no matter what, they were going to steal it. It's disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah, it just lets you know that it's not like a real democracy.
No, it's not really free either. We're not free. Our government tells you what you can see, what you can listen to, what you can watch on TV. You're not free.
That's true. It's like there's so much freaking regulation.
And I noticed that book burning is coming back. I read an article in the paper the other day about book burning, and believe it or not, fucking 2004 book burning.
Huh. There's going to be a revolution eventually.
It can't happen, though. How the hell are we going to raise enough arms and people to be able to take on the American government? I don't think it's a possibility.
Well, if half the population of the United States marched on Washington with some kind of gun,
I don't know.
They would have to, like, not kill everybody.
They'd probably fucking drop an atomic bomb.
Yeah, it's not like we can have a civil war with cannons and muskets or whatever.
Yeah, it's not like the old days. It's not like you could possibly ever stand up to your corrupt government in this day and age. They've taken that, like, completely out of the picture.
It's like, we're gonna take care of everything, and, you know, we're just gonna make sure that you're safe by removing
all your personal liberties and freedoms.
Yeah, because you're not capable of taking care of yourself.
I agree with that part.
Yeah.
Most Americans aren't capable of taking care of themselves.
Scary, scary world we live in.
I know. It's a really sad fact that my greatest hope is that George Bush ruins this country so much more than he already has that the Republicans can never get anybody else in office for the next couple of decades.
And I think the
haven't people realized that every time we get a Democrat in office, we tend to get things back on track until the Republicans come back in and fuck it all up again, send us into a recession, send the deficit through the roof?
Yeah, it's like, I thought that Republicans are supposed to be like fiscal conservatives, but instead, like,
yeah, that's what they always say.
$1 trillion in debt.
They're always for less government interference in your personal lives, and what do? Increase government every single fucking time. Like there's less spending, right? They just spend it in different areas that it's squandered on. We don't need to be at war with the Middle East. They were doing fine killing themselves.
Yeah, why did we have to step in and get killed?
Yeah, really. All we had to do is increase airport security. We would have been fine. We didn't need to go to war with these assholes. Let them just kill themselves. We could have done like we were doing before and just sell them weapons to kill each other. Send them outdated machinery to try and kill each other.
Yeah, you need somewhere to send the old weapons.
Exactly. You don't want to pay to dispose of them. Just sell them to some third world country where they can kill each other with them. Does everybody a favor.
How do you charge in the middle of a war that's been going on longer than this country has existed and be like, here we are to the rescue with democracy?
How long have these people in the Middle East been at war? 2,000 years? Or
yeah,
more?
I mean, it's like, in their history books, they probably have, like, you know, stories about how the other side is a complete fucking abomination of God and needs to be destroyed, and you know, I mean, that's what's probably taught in, that's what the bedtime stories are about. It's been around for so long.
Uh-huh.
And then the evil Packy came, and the evil mullahs.
The mullahs.
mean, how do you dispel 2,000 years of hate?
You can't, and we shouldn't even have bothered trying. Like I said, all we needed to do is increase airport security. We knew he didn't have weapons of mass destruction. We knew he was no threat to us. He was a threat to the people around him, but who gives a shit? You know, they're all as guilty as each other is in my book, you know?
It's like
Like, everybody's crying about Yasser Arafat. Hello, wasn't he a fucking terrorist for 50 years?
Yeah,
We're
right.
supposed to mourn the loss of, like, the world's leading terrorist.
It's like, oh no, he's gonna die. It's like, good.
Yeah, how many bombings did the PLO claim responsibility for? How many American lives is the PLO claiming responsibility for ending? And we're supposed to feel sad that Yasser Arafat is dead? I'd like to dance a jig on his grave. I'd like to cremate him and smoke his ashes.
Fucker.
Yeah, really. So, do you feel like calling somebody, or are we done? It's too late to call people now. It's
Yeah,
like fucking
it's like
3:22 in the morning.
The only place we could call is that girl's bathroom.
The one that Hectic called?
Yeah.
We could try. There might be some chick in the bathroom. The bars are still open where that's in California, right?
I don't know. It's an 801 area code.
Oh, so they might not even be open.
No, they're actually, like, nighttime. This time of night's the best time to call. Actually, when I tried to call
What
them...
do you know? You have an experience?
Well, last show
How
I tried to call him when I was on while you were out, and the guy said, like, there were no girls even out. Like, they didn't even open their doors yet.
Oh, really? So, okay, cool. Maybe we'll get a hold now.
Alright.
Ask her if she's the one who splattered her tampon on the wall.
Yeah.
That happens. If you go to your local, whatever your largest business is, if you go to your local, like, a janitor at, like, your local supermarket or movie theater or something, and ask them who's more disgusting, men or women, I guarantee you 90% of the time they're going to say the women. They shit on the seat, they wipe it on the wall, they throw their tampons into the ceiling. It's like... I've heard the world's worst horror stories about women's bathrooms. Especially shitting on the floor and shitting on the seat because they're trying to hover above it because they're too delicate to let their ass touch a public toilet, so they'll shit all over the seat for everybody else. Little realizing that they're the cause of the problem.
So what is this myth then about women's bathrooms being more cleanly?
I'm sure you talk to the women that you know and they'll tell you that the bathrooms are disgusting. They'll probably tell you that there's tampons in the toilet and, like, shit all over the floor and stuff. And I know I walk into a men's bathroom, I never see shit on the wall. Or tampons on the floor. I might see a little pee on the toilet seat, that's about it.
My pet peeve is people who don't flush.
Yeah. Some of these places have it so that they're trying to conserve water, so it doesn't, like, flush enough to get rid of everything.
What was it? There was a sound clip you played once from that dude who sounds like Saul Rosenberg from
Mort Goldman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said once for the bulk and once for the remainder.
Yeah, exactly. It's the courtesy flush. As soon as you shit, you're supposed to flush so that it doesn't have time to stink up the whole bathroom.
Yeah.
And then when you're done, then you're supposed to flush again.
So right after the point that it sounds like you dropped a grenade in the toilet.
That's when you flush. Yeah, before the smell gets out too bad. I'm like starving now. Oh, I'm gonna go off the air and cook myself some burgers or something. I'm starving. I haven't eaten all day. 3 in the morning, I'm gonna be eating burgers.
So
almost 4 in the morning.
So you went to a fat people karaoke and there was no food?
It was a bar, and they had, like, rented out the upstairs.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay.
I don't think it was a fat people karaoke. I think it was just indicative of America. You know, 90% of the people are fucking hideously obese.
Was it at least 75 pounds over?
I'm stressing because I got a 33-inch waist, and these people are fuck, 33 would be a blessing for them. Everybody. There was one woman. There was one older woman. You know, it was one of those cases. There was one older thin woman, but it was one of those cases where she's like old and wrinkly and leathery looking, and she thinks she's sexy, and she's up there dancing like she's all erotic and stuff, and it was just like laughable. Yeah, it was like disgusting. Like, lady, you think you look 30, but really you look 60.
You look like a pair of leather boots.
Yeah, she did. She had leather boots and like skin tight jeans on. And I was like, lady, sit down before you fall down. Trying to do boot scoot and shuffle or whatever the fuck she was singing. She sang
I'm not a
Liza
fan
Minnelli.
of karaoke, actually.
What?
I'm not a big fan of karaoke, but
Yeah.
one time I enjoyed watching it, but that was in Hawaii, and it was with younger people.
Yeah.
Don't mind watching girls in bikinis trying to...
Every woman there, except for this old woman, was a minimum of 70 pounds overweight. Which is pretty much indicative of America in general. There was a couple of men who weren't fat, but, you know, they were all talking amongst themselves.
Do you want to talk when we call?
You can start.
Okay.
Ask her if she did the courtesy, or ask her if she can do the courtesy flush next time.
Did you see
one for the remainder.
Did you see who it was who flung the used tampon into the ceiling tiles? It left a red stain and it stunk something awful.
It was a bad, awful smell.
It was like a fish hatchery in there.
I realize I'm grossed out real easy.
Yeah, really. Me too. Somebody was posting on the bulletin board that he was saying that he could smell a woman's vagina, like, before he even got near it. He could just, like, smell it in the air in the room.
Oh, what an unfortunate strong sense of smell.
Yeah, really. And I was like, I may have, like, it may have been, like, 5 years since I've been with a woman, but when a woman stinks like a fish, that's from bacteria. That's not a natural smell, and it's not supposed to smell like that. From my experience, a healthy vagina smells a little like, a sweaty armpit. Not like the fried onion smell, but just like it smells like sweaty skin. Like if you were to smell like the inside of your knee if it were sweaty. That's what a vagina ought to smell like. It shouldn't smell like fish, unless there's bacteria involved.
There was a comedian, God, I can't remember, but he was talking about FDS, feminine deodorant spray.
Yeah, really? Ah.
And he was like,
I'm
hey,
not going to
ladies.
wash my pussy. I'm just going to spray this alcohol.
It's like Febreze for your body.
Vagina Febreze.
He's like, hey, ladies, here's a novel idea. Take a shower.
Yeah, really. Douche. You just stink like a fish douche. It's not supposed to. There's a lot of women who think it's supposed to smell like that. I've spoken to women in the past who think that that's a normal, natural smell. And if you haven't been with, like, a lot of healthy vaginas, you don't realize, you know, it's not. A woman might not realize that she's not supposed to smell like that. They might not realize that smell is coming from bacteria propagating in their vagina. If my dick smelled like a fish, I'd sure as hell be cleaning it really good.
Be washing that shit right away.
Exactly. If my dick stunk like that, I'd be scrubbing it with lava soap. Okay, let's call these fishy bitches.
Fishy bitches.
Fishy bitches.
Okay.
With stinky britches. Fishy bitches with stinky britches. Cunty breeze. Cunty breeze.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, girlfriend.
What's up, girlfriend?
What's up, sexy?
What?
Hey, I was in the bathroom and I noticed that someone didn't do a courtesy flush.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, did you know that you're supposed to flush twice, once for the bulk and once for the remainder?
Oh, you know, I didn't use the bathroom, but I'll be sure to tell the next person coming in.
Yeah, and don't fling your tampons all over the place either. That's just disgusting.
Do you know what? Next time I'll take care of that.
Yeah, could you not be so filthy next time?
I bet you'd like it if I was.
No, not in that way.
Oh, in what way?
Well, if you wore like a skimpy little outfit, that'd be okay, but not.
You know what? You're fucking psycho.
You fucking psycho. Neo says if you got a stinky, make it smell minty with cunty breeze.
Oh, that payphone is a gold mine.
I know. If you wait like 5 minutes, you get a completely different woman.
Yeah, I know.
You want to wait a couple minutes and try back?
Sure. You could call as Jill.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, sexy? I'm the one who likes to fling my tampons everywhere. I don't ovulate, of course. I just like flinging them around.
I paint them red.
I dip them in fake vampire blood.
Shit, if
can't do it.
If Jill is 87 years old, she hasn't ovulated in like 42 years or something.
I can't emulate the Jill voice at all.
No, nobody can. My shit doesn't stink. I take showers and wash very good. That doesn't even make sense. Rotten, decomposing food inside your body smells, no matter what kind of spin you want to put on it.
Unless they shit in the shower.
It's not like it's not like a personal put down to say your shit smells. It's supposed to smell. It's decomposing matter. Do not rub your puss when you're in the shower. Most girls don't, which is gross. Really? Is that true? Women skip washing their vaginas? I don't think that's true. I don't think women are so uptight about their vaginas they don't want to touch it and wash it in the shower.
That would be unfortunate.
When I'm in the shower, I wash everything.
Yeah.
I lift up my nuts and you gotta lift your nuts and let the water get under there and wash the soap off.
Yeah, I mean, I pay for the full undercarriage wash.
Spread your ass cheeks and rinse out your butthole.
Exactly. That's why detachable shower head is the master invention.
Yeah, really.
So, what is this segment of the show? The how to wash your ass part of the show?
Yeah, the dirty vagina part. The fishy part. Fishy, fishy, fishy fish. I wonder where that fish could be. Is it in the cupboard?
Fishy fish?
Wouldn't you like to know?
No.
Have you checked all the drawers in the bureau?
In the bureau?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Monty Python's The Meaning of
I
Life?
need a dresser.
Have you ever seen Monty Python's The Meaning of Life?
Yeah.
Where they stop halfway through and they do the fish sketch?
Yeah.
Fishy, 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 fish.
I love those movies.
You've been with a chick that stinks like a fish before, right?
No, luckily the 2 women I've been with have been hygienic.
You've only ever been with 2 women?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I was with one girl where I fingered her and I smelled my finger and it stunk and they didn't want any part of her after that.
I was almost with a third, but that didn't go through to completion. I wised up.
I fingered this chick and then tried, the old smell my finger thing. And it smelled gross.
The litmus test?
Yeah, the litmus test. I smelled my finger and I was like, I don't want to stick my dick in there. My dick's going to come out smelling like that. And it was over her mom's house, so I wouldn't very well be able to jump in the shower. So I was like, I'm going to have to drive home with, like, fish sticks, so I'm not going to do this.
Oh, God. Hygiene, very important.
Yeah, really. Feminine hygiene.
Yeah.
Men, it's not such a problem.
As long as they're circumcised.
And sweaty ballsack isn't an entirely unpleasant smell.
Yeah.
Sweaty vagina isn't an entirely unpleasant smell. The unpleasant part is the fish odor. A sweaty vagina that's all worked up smells pretty good. sweaty nuts smell pretty good. Sometimes I'll like rub my own nuts when they're sweaty and smell them. You ever do that?
No.
You never smell your own nut sweat?
No, not something I do.
It must be me. At least I'm not rubbing my butthole and smelling it, right?
I don't know. It might be something about being attracted to that part of the body. Yeah,
No, because I've seen women sniff their own pussy. You ever, like, out in public and you notice a woman, like, slip a hand in her pants and then a minute later she's sniffing?
Really?
You never noticed that before? No. I caught my mom doing that once.
Oh.
I was just watching her.
Is that equivalent to a man sniffing under his arms? Like?
No, I think it's the equivalent of me sniffing my ball sweat. Ball sweat, maybe it's like male pheromones, but I don't find it an unpleasant smell.
There's probably pheromones.
Yeah, it's probably. I bet you a lot of women out there don't think ball sweat is an unattractive smell.
Yeah, I've been told that, you know, a natural smell is more attractive than like a guy who has caked on the deodorant or something.
Well, to a certain degree, yeah.
But
if you get to the point where you're smelling like fried onions, then no, of course not.
Yeah, like,
unless your chick likes fried onions.
like a you know, a big Guido Dago getting in the elevator smelling like 200 pounds of perfume and.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Mexican shower. Douse yourself in cologne.
God, that drives me crazy. And you know what I found is that, like, in the Midwest, I think cologne is more popular. Like,
yeah, I think people bathe a lot
people
less.
don't wear cologne. Like, people at work don't put on cologne, but when I worked in downtown Chicago, it was just like, you know, every time you walk past somebody, you just, like, get smacked up the head with, you know, Brut by Fabergé. And
well, young guys don't know how to use cologne.
and
I used to work in a gas station, so I have like a lot of experience with this because you smell the people who come in every day. And I noticed that young guys don't know how to use cologne. They don't know that it's supposed to be something that you don't smell unless people get really close to you. People aren't supposed to smell it from 10 feet away. And they just douse themselves in the shit like a woman with perfume.
You're supposed to like
if your woman is next to you,
put your finger on the top of the bottle and just get your finger like moist, and then touch your wrist, and then rub your wrist together, and then touch your neck, and that's it.
Yeah, like if your chick is standing next to you and she smells your neck, then she can smell it. But if people are like 10 feet away and like coughing because they're smelling you. But I noticed that's mostly a young guy thing, just because they don't realize how to use cologne yet.
Yeah, so they wind up smelling.
I used to do the same thing. I used to use Polo, which is like a really strong scent to begin with.
Yeah.
And it comes in like the spray bottle. So if you like squirt yourself twice, you stink like an evergreen tree for like 20 feet around for the next 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, whenever I used to go into department stores.
Oh, the people come after you with their snifters.
Yeah, well, Karen likes to attack me with them. She'll come up and she'll like spray me like right on the wrist with like this girl's cologne.
Women's perfume is always the nastiest. Women ought to wear men's cologne. Every woman's perfume that I smell always reminds me of rubbing alcohol and cat pee and dried dead flowers.
Yeah.
But men's cologne, I've smelled a lot of men's colognes that I find pleasant. Like Obsession.
Calvin Klein cologne. Wasn't it supposed to be like unisex? I remember that one.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like an opaque white bottle, and it was supposed to be like unisex. Supposed to be for both.
I find it sexy when a woman wears a good man's cologne. Because I think the people who are designing women's fragrances are gay guys, and they have no idea what smells good on a woman. You know? Because what kind of straight guy gives a shit like about perfume?
Yeah.
The only person who's going to get into like female perfumes is like a gay guy.
Nah, I guess that's true.
Like it's sort of like dancing, you know. What straight guy gives a shit about ballet? You know, it's got to be a gay guy if he's into ballet. Sort of that kind of same theory.
Yeah, the only ballet I like is the Nutcracker.
But they probably have women working on like the fragrances for men. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I find it arousing when a woman's wearing a good men's cologne. women, take that tip. You know, from an unobjective standpoint, just spray some of your perfume into the air and smell it, and tell me that it doesn't smell like day-old cat piss and rubbing alcohol and dead flowers. Really?
Yeah.
Obsession smells really good on a woman. Calvin Klein's Obsession. That smells really good. Anyway, why don't you try that bathroom again? We'll get somebody new this time.
But she called me a psycho.
She called you a psycho?
She's like, you'd like it if I was dirty. Well, not in that way.
Oh, man. Somebody's using it. No, that's no big deal. Somebody's just making a call. It's not like they're going to take the payphone off the hook. Somebody's just calling someone.
Yeah, maybe it's Eric.
Yeah. That'd be funny if, like, unbeknownst to any of us, like, you and me and then Hectic are, like, pranking in the same bathroom all night. Hectic is funny.
I think, yeah, he is pretty funny. At first...
He really likes us, too.
Really?
Yeah. He liked me. He knew who I was. He liked PCU. I think I posted that prank call I did with him. I think it might be in the outtakes, the prank call that I did when I called into Hectic's program. Didn't really turn out very funny, but he thought it was funny.
Yeah, I like his album covers.
I like the one where he's dressed up as
Osama.
Osama, yeah. It's pretty funny. He knew exactly the one I was talking about.
Yeah. So I noticed he had some new calls. Like there were like 3 new calls.
Mhm. He's always like, he does a lot of updates on his site. If you do an Alexa search on hectic.org, his site is incredibly popular. He's like in the top couple thousand, I think. Hectic is a big deal, yeah. He's at least in the top 100,000.
I really like that other guy too, that the El Jefe guy or whatever.
Oh, the guy who does pranks with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny too. I don't think he does his live program anymore, which sucks, because I'd like to simulcast it over here. I'm sure it kicks ass. The only night I listened to it, it was the night that I called in.
Yeah, there's 3 new calls. It's like fucking with spammers, fucking with people from reality shows. Oh, there's another one that was just added 3 days ago.
Cool, get him in the playlist. You gotta get Sean Ward in the playlist too.
I will.
Everybody wants to hear Sean Ward, especially me.
I don't know.
There's a whole bunch of shit.
I might have to change away. I may have to switch operating systems because the Shoutcast for Linux they don't do a real good job on it.
Oh, that's right. You were saying you were at the limit for how many files you could have in your playlist?
Yeah. I don't understand why they did that. That's so stupid.
Couldn't you just get a new script? You might even be able to find one online.
Well, it's just like, you feed it a file filled with locations of files in the file system.
Yeah.
Right? And so it reads it when it starts up, and then it builds an internal list, and the internal list maxes out at 2,500 tracks. So I would have to, generate a list every day or whatever.
Can't you edit the code? You're a programmer, dude.
I don't have the code, though. Maybe I could ask him for it. You know what? I could ask him for it and just, probably it's just they use too
It's
small...
not open source?
No.
No?
You have to be, part of their development team, I think.
Oh.
But I could, contribute. They probably just have a hard limit to save memory or something, because it probably takes up some memory to store all the entries, so they probably figured no one would have that many.
Yeah, really. They never figured on you.
Yeah. Never figured on someone being obsessively collecting prank calls.
There's a ton of new stuff that you gotta get in there. You gotta get in the new Lucius tape, the 4th tape up there.
Oh, yeah. That one will take some time. I wish he would, get them on CD, because that makes it easier, but...
Yeah. And wish you were better at remastering them.
Yeah.
Making them sound better.
It took a while for the first 3 tapes, but it was worth it.
Oh, totally. Lucius Tate is one of the best prank callers out there. One of the reasons why he doesn't get more airplay on internet radio is probably because his tapes.
Yeah.
It's such a pain in the ass
It's
to
hard for
convert
people.
them. And then
I tell you, I
somebody's
should send him a CD with all his files on it.
Yeah, really, you should. Like, send it back to him as, like, a favor.
Yeah.
There you go.
Say, like, you know, we really like your stuff, and we've been playing it, and here, by the way, make CDs out of these.
We cleaned up all the sound. Now you can sell these as CDs for some ridiculous, retarded price. What does he sell his stuff for?
I think the CDs are like $12, so it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Although I've noticed that stuff on Prank Call Central gets pricey. Like,
oh yeah, he buys stuff from me for $5 and sells them for $10.99.
I mean, that's one of the cheap ones then, because most of the CDs I buy end up being like $16 or something.
Yeah, because they're charging him like the regular price. I'm giving him like I don't charge him $7, I charge him $5. If I charge him $7, he probably would have them for like $12.99 or $14.99.
Like, there's one CD I want to get. It's like this Brother Russell Radio Jihad or whatever. Like, he's pestering a bunch of religious talk shows.
Oh, I love it already.
Yeah, but it's like $28 for the CD. And
Holy shit!
I was like, damn. But it's supposedly like a really good CD, so it's really popular.
Don't buy that one. That's ridiculous. You can find that on half.com probably eventually.
Yeah. So I'm gonna call this lady's bathroom one more time.
Okay.
Oh man, they left it off the hook.
You think they left a public phone off the hook?
I guess.
Drunk bitches. They stuffed the phone full of used tampons. I've talked to people who
they stuck them in the coin slot and took it off the hook.
I've talked to people who said, well, Keith will tell you himself because he used to do janitorial work at the supermarket. He'll tell you that it seems like women purposely go out of their way to make a mess. Like, when they wipe their hands with the towels, they'll leave the towels all over the floor.
Huh.
And stuff like just filthy. Women
so
just
what
don't
is all
care.
this crap about women saying that men's public restrooms are filthy compared to theirs?
I would vouch against that because most public restrooms I've ever used are spotlessly clean. Most men's rooms I've ever used.
Yeah, I'm always being told, oh, the women like if my wife goes in the men's bathroom, she's like, ew, it's so gross, but but if there's like a men's and a women's and it's only for one person at a time, and the women's is busy, she'll go into the men's, but be like real nervous because comparatively she says it's dirty.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Keith tells me like the baby changing table is smeared with shit. Like diapers left on the floor, tampons like clogging up the toilet, flooding the toilet with like pink water.
You know what really creeps me out in like these new malls now is like these family restrooms. And so, you want to go to the bathroom, and if the other ones are filled, you are forced to go in this family restroom where you're standing in line to use a bathroom that both a mother and her child and the father are all going to go into together before you.
Yeah, really?
I don't know, it's just like kind of creepy, like the whole family restroom concept.
Yeah, really. I'm glad I can remember those days of me being a kid, like my parents watching me pee. That must be embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we can't remember that stuff.
Well, I vaguely remember being potty trained, which is strange, but my mom had like this, it was like a plastic toilet that she would just make us sit on when she went to the bathroom to kind of like cue us that that's what you do.
Yeah.
And she set me up for a lifetime of habit because she used to give us something to read. Now I can't ever use a bathroom without reading material.
I can't either.
I'm always scrambling for some magazine or something.
We keep magazines in the bathroom just for reading when we're on the toilet.
Yeah. It's either computer related or health related.
Ours are all video game magazines.
I used to subscribe to those, but
Yeah.
My new sound card came with 2 games that I'm probably not going to play anytime
anytime soon.
Like real games or like freeware games?
No, they're real. One of them is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3.
Oh, cool.
And the other one is Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness.
Oh, cool. That's the newest one.
So I'm taking like 2 weeks off of work at the end of December to go visit family, so I'll just bring the laptop along and actually play it.
Cool. Oh, well. I guess I'm going to let you go and wrap up the program because we're going on 4 hours now.
Yeah, it's pretty late.
Yeah, it's fucking 4 in the morning. Everybody's tuning out. Okay, well, it was good to talk to you. I'm sorry for booting you off the air earlier tonight.
Oh, no problem.
Okay.
I wasn't doing anything funny anyway, so.
Okay, I'll talk to you online.
Alright, later, man.
Bye-bye. And that was Ted, the owner and operator of PCU Prank Call Underground Radio, which is what you're most likely listening to us on right now, because there are more people listening to PCU right now than there are listening to DEF CON Radio. So, anyway, I'm going to you know what? I'm going to go take a break before I decide if I want to wrap it up here now. I'm going to go take a break and play this for you. This is Rebel is giving out the address for hotgoth.net. The only thing more pointless and worthless to do with your life than playing Counter-Strike would be to be playing a sim game. That's right, I'm not going to put forth any effort into making my real life any better. I'm going to concentrate on my sim life. Welcome to the new America. Anyway, thank all you folks for listening. Those of you who figured out that we were on and hung in there to listen to the program when we eventually came on. Thank you all for listening. Don't forget to tune in again next week. We'll be back to our normal, regularly scheduled time of 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on PCU Prank Call Underground and DEF CON Radio. DEFCONRADIO.com. DEF CON Radio. Don't forget to listen to them, too, during the week. If you should ever tire of the incredibly great prank call rotation that you find on PCU. Anyway, thank you all for listening. Tune in again next week. Thank you all. I love you. Stay beautiful.
Just remember that you're standing on a planet that's evolving, revolving at 900 miles an hour. That's orbiting at 90 miles a second, so it's reckoned a sun that is the source of all our power. The sun and you and me and all the stars that we can see are moving at 1,000,000 miles a day in an outer spiral arm at 40,000 miles an hour of the galaxy we call the Milky Way. Our galaxy itself contains 100 billion stars. It's 100,000 light years side to side. It bulges in the middle, 16,000 light years thick, but out by us it's just 3,000 light years wide. We're 30,000 light years from galactic central point. We go round every 200 million years. And our galaxy is only one of millions of billions in this amazing and expanding universe.